Let's hope
Hey,
it works.
welcome everybody. Today is 5/1/2025. This is session, let me inspect the Hall of Fame. This is going to be session 20, big 2-0. This is going to be the session where we get to the Apricorn Festival. Welcome everybody. We got everybody here. David is currently in the car driving home, so his audio is going to be a little bit light, and his roleplay will probably be too, but he's here and he can contribute.
Hello.
So we have some people missing last session. Who were we missing? We were missing Isaac and David. Is that both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I know David watched what he could of the recording. Isaac, do you know what happened?
I do not.
Okay, let's do a quick recap for Isaac. Let me pull up Roll20 and make sure everything on the recording side. Oh, that's not something you should be seeing.
I can't see anything.
Let's go. We can.
The only important part.
Oh,
is
wait,
that
no,
we
we're good.
spent about 20 Pokeballs on a Pokemon that no one wants. So.
No, I
Wait,
do
no,
want it. I just have to. I have to earn the
Actually-
right to train it.
Okay, so
There's a brief moment where I would say, just to put my foot through into the door, where Elaine would want to roleplay an apology to both Amber and Vigo, but let's just go ahead with the recap real quick.
yeah, so I'm gonna drag the spectator over to the Route 2 map because that's where we'll start anyways. We're not gonna be here for very long, but okay. So what happened was, if you're looking at the map, Isaac specifically, I'm speaking to you. They were just kind of running around exploring this map. They ran into another Pineco over here. And then they went up here. They found a Stantler. The Stantler, very chill. Gave him some cool truffles. And then they went up here, which is a game trail, kind of in the foothills of the Dragontail Mountains, which is to the north of you. Went up there, hung around. There's an interesting little event where there was patches of ice and snow that had presumably been swept off the mountaintop from high above and hadn't melted yet. Presumably the effects of never melt ice, which is kind of an elemental bit of science in this setting. And yeah, they found a Swinub, and there was another event, which was a Swablu, which was evoked by a Sweet Scent, I believe. Can anybody think of any other event Pokemon up there?
No, it's just those two.
Nope.
The Swinub was caught, as well as the Swablu. After much... it was by far the most difficult capture anyone has seen, ever.
Unnecessarily
I
difficult.
think 7 Pokeballs.
It nearly escaped. They had to send the flyers up to drag it back down so the trainers could keep lobbing balls at it.
And we continued to miss.
Yeah.
Almost all of the Pokeballs.
Yeah,
And
there.
then-
I mean, like, there's a point where you just run out of balls and then you can't catch it. Several balls broke, and yeah, and then they came back down and chilled out, and that's basically all last session. It was pretty slow, pretty methodical, just kind of eking out as much value as we could out of Route 2, and now we're here. So, you guys are all kind of prepped to go south towards the Apricorn Festival. And that's where we're picking up. Does anybody have any questions or anything before we get started here? We'll let roleplay and all the actions commits.
Do you want to make sure I'm confirming it right? Elaine used one of Rune's Pokeballs to catch a Zora, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've already adjusted it onto your character sheet. Originally you had 4, now you have 3.
Okay, thank you.
Megan. Right, so the little bit of role play that I was hoping to get in. So I thought, I guess, I should give a little bit of context. So it sounded like the trail back down, going through the game trail, took a little while. And then, of course, we had our encounters over here and explored and found some items and gathered them. There was a moment where Austin was trying to roleplay Rune and Mako talking about what was it, teleportation, and because Elaine had some occult knowledge, she got really excited and got into the conversation, And then because the mystery was gone, the boys just kind of blew her off and talked about something else. And
Yep.
so she was just
Yep.
like, you know what?
You're all very inconsiderate.
The she started holding her Azumarill in her arms. She's like, you know what? You're my only friend. That's all that matters. And so, but anyway, so I guess you could say like through that process, you know, she's like in the back of her mind thinking about her outburst towards Vigo of not really understanding why he needed to feel like he earned the respect of the Pokemon by capturing it himself, instead of having it given to him as charity. And so like in her mind she thinks to herself like, well, I wanted to earn my my Pokemon's trust through love and knowing that, you know, I'm going to be there for them, where his aspect of being a Pokemon trainer is on a different spectrum where he wants to earn their respect, where it feels like it's like this camaraderie sensation instead of like a family sensation. And so like for a moment, you know, there's like this meekness where, you know, Elaine will pull on Vigo's hem of his shirt or jacket and say, you know, hey Vigo, do you have a minute to talk?
This is after the conversation about like parallel dimensions or whatever.
Like I guess you could say like we're filing through like the Southern Trail here.
Yeah,
and
you're
that's where
you're where you are. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and so that's where she'll try to catch his attention because she's moved on from that encounter. Like she's not taking it personally. She's just
Clean
like whatever.
my hands. I never want to think about that Squablu ever again.
No, it's not that. But yeah, she'll pull on the hem of his shirt and say, "Hey, do you have a minute?"
He turns around, currently holding Pidgeotto above his head. Yeah.
Triumphantly, yes.
Yep.
She goes, you know, I gave it some thought, and I'm sorry for my outburst earlier. It was kind of inconsiderate of me since I have my own way of trying to, I guess you could say, earn my Pokemon's trust, where, you know, you are trying to catch dragon Pokemon, so of course it would make sense for you to try to earn their respect. And I'm sorry that I didn't see that at first. And whenever you're ready, just let me know, and we'll try to catch the Swablu on your terms, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately lets the Squablu out. Be free.
No! Not after all of that. No. This has to be a contained area. We are probably going to have, like, I don't know, some kind of domed place where we can actually catch it for realsies instead of, I don't know. Like I said, it's going to probably be on his terms, like whenever he feels like he's ready. But
Well, first he has to get a few more Pokeballs.
Exactly, which is why we're here. This is the place where we get Pokeballs. But yeah, she'll mention that she'll hold on to the Swablu until he's ready. And that's it.
Yeah.
That was the only role play that I really wanted to do.
Yeah, Vigo nods and goes back to running down the trail carrying the Pidgeotto over his head.
And the Pidgeotto going and like with his wings.
That's right. You got
And they're
it.
trying to fly away.
Yeah, you should roleplay for the Pidgeotto from now on.
I should. Yeah, Elaine just kind of smiles and looks at his boyish goofiness and says, like, I don't know how he's going to capture these dragon-type Pokemon when he acts like that, but that's okay.
Yep, arms beginning to burn slightly as you hold the very heavy bird type over your head. Okay. Yeah, alright, unless there's any final business here on Route 2, we're going to progress.
Well,
obviously they need to turn back around and go back through Route 2 and collect all of the Apricorns on the trail.
That's right.
I think we
We'll do
already did that.
I didn't.
Oh,
Most of them were Ladybug.
But I guess it just wasn't. I guess we didn't replace the trees. Is what I was trying to say. Anyway,
Yeah.
Those are the
matter.
dead ladybug right there.
There's the dead lady, but yeah, man. Well, there's an Apom, there's a Talo, there's a dead Pineco over there. Might be something else somewhere. Who knows? Anyways, so assuming we're all good, we're gonna progress.
The DM hints that there may be something left, and then says, "Do you want to go on?"
yes, let's go on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Please let me leave this place.
I've been wanting to
I
go
need
to
to
this
heal my
Apricorn
Pineco so I can
festival
use it.
for like
You need to
3
heal your
months.
Pineco. That's funny.
Oh no.
Can't wait for there to not be any sort of way of healing our Pokemon here, and we have to go to a different town.
Turns out this is a Nuzlocke.
It's a Nuzlocke.
After amateur leagues, you're not allowed to use Pokemon Centers anymore.
Oh man.
Wow, that would be something.
Please don't give him ideas.
That would be really interesting.
After amateur, you have to pay for the Pokemon centers. You're no longer on tuition. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be up for that.
Oh.
I mean, hey, we've at least made a decent amount of money at that point after beating 3 gyms. So.
Yeah, but late game stuff is so expensive.
Just get a job, nerd.
Universal healthcare.
Okay.
Brings up healthcare. Silence.
Uh,
I want to go to the festival. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to eat a corn
Why am
dog.
I still on
with
this
butter.
map, Austin?
well, that's because I'm doing a little something something.
Oh my.
Let him cook.
We should talk about fair food. while
Thanks,
we wait.
Caleb. Caleb's always got, between Caleb and David, they always got my back.
You've had like 2 weeks to cook.
Everyone
right?
else has no respect.
No.
That's right. I don't respect
You
you
gotta
as a
respect the game. You know? Don't hate the player.
The,
person. Well, he's not the player. He's the DM.
Uh-huh.
Shh.
Austin really wants to play if he could.
He's gonna introduce a new trainer to go with the party at some point.
Hey, Austin, is this something I can help with?
Me being a player, or just in general? Like what?
Oh no, I meant what you're doing right now. What you're cooking right now.
No, all good. I am just getting a token really quick, and we're fine.
He's just waiting for his screen to load from the amount of icons that are.
It's not that bad, but it's kind of bad.
It's not as bad as Rage Falls.
Great Pulse 2.
That will forever live in infamy.
I promise you, it's not that bad, but it may take you 30 seconds.
Oh, that's so much better.
4
than
hours later.
4 hours later.
There were a couple of times where Roll20 crashed trying to load Rage Falls. So.
It's the water physics, man. It can't handle it. Okay. So I'm gonna put you back on the main map for just a second to show you the token moving.
I'm leaving a voicemail for Cthulhu. Cool.
All right. At this time, it's about 12 to 1 a.m. PM. Thank you. You're not that crazy. And
long hike.
we progress further down. You guys pass between the Great Pines that slowly begin to resolve into slightly more hilly countryside, as well as the very occasional kind of reddish, almost like fall-colored tree. As you get closer and closer to the Johto border. It is about it's about we'll say 7 or 8 p.m. by the time you arrive. And yeah, you are the remainder of the days have been very, very peaceful, very chill. A nice spring heat, accompanied by a breeze, as you kind of you're out from under the shadow of the mountains as you venture a little bit further south, which means much more kind of wind running east-west instead of north-south. And yeah, you guys are kind of blustered about a bit as you pass a number of signages that would indicate you are going the right direction. As you slowly begin to encounter signs of life and habitation. The first thing is what appears to be a small trailer park, oriented kind of on the right-hand side of the road that extends back probably 100 yards or so. Various vehicles, trailers, of course, lined up beside one another. Warm glows indicate fires, as well as some electricity, probably from mobile generators in the area. In general, you all kind of breathe a sigh of relief as you've been walking for most of the day at this point, after having crossed Rage Crossing. Well, you crossed Rage Crossing yesterday, but without seeing many people at all. This is pretty low traffic. Understandably, because the only people you would be seeing kind of from the Rage Crossing would be people trying to cross Rage Crossing one way or the other. And that's not happening right now. One of the signages you read as you pass by, Apricorn Festival. And it has a little whiteboard with a little roof over it that has, obviously kind of smudged and scratched out. 4 days remaining. It advertises Apricorn balls, a GCEA, whatever that is, as well as various other attractions, fair games, artisans from across the globe, Johto Kanto. In general, it seems like there's a lot of kind of commotion. There's fair games. Thank you, Christine. Yes. Gamble time. Yes. It's the basketball hoop that is like oblong. That technically a basketball can fit through, but it's almost like impossible. But yeah. We're gonna keep the energy kind of low as you reach what you think are the edge of the fairgrounds and find rows of tents and bonfires. You hear what sounds like a boombox in the background, probably several rows of tents removed, people kind of chilling out. You hear what sound like acoustic guitars being played, maybe some banjo music. It seems like the fairground is sort of it's quieting down significantly. I mean, you guys are quite exhausted from traveling all day. Still, though, there's potentially some exploration to be had. Should you choose to do so now, or you could simply retire and see all this tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we got here. So I feel like we have to at least look around a little bit.
Yeah,
I vote for looking around!
Yeah, we scouted out. Let's go scout it out.
Sure.
Gotta figure out our route for tomorrow so we can ignore it when we see something shiny.
Yeah, so
I hate how accurate that is.
So the first thing you note is that this fairground, all the tents and various mini games and kind of accoutrement all appear to be situated on this side of what appears to be a quite deep and dry riverbed. It's actually like a little bit spooky in the dark because there's a few like lampposts powered by generators, and after a point you actually start hitting some yellow tape, and you kind of glance around, and it takes you a second to realize the ground just falls away after a certain point in the dimming twilight of the late evening. Situated sort of along the main thoroughfare, along with like this main sort of pinkish, light red pavilion, there appears to be a very long wooden footbridge that crosses this river far above it, and it goes down. Currently, you are far above where like the far edge of the riverbank, and yeah, this is currently chained off, and it says GCEA contestants only. and it lists you some times, starting early in the morning, for event times. Sign up below, and it has another one of those little whiteboards with some markers nearby. You just see 2 other contestants. One of them is Jackson P, and another one is Team Knit, NIT.
Ah,
What's Gick here?
they're here.
You don't think we should enter this?
Hmm.
I don't know what it is.
I don't either, but it sounds exciting.
What's
Yeah,
that?
right.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about what?
Just write your name.
What about it sounds exciting? It's just 4 letters.
Well, there's a riverbed there, and sometimes you find fossils in riverbeds.
Yeah, but it's a contest. You don't just get to go search for fossils in the middle of a contest unless it's the gym challenge, I guess.
But what if it's about finding fossils?
Then I
But
don't
there's
know
no
if you get to
F.
keep them. Do you?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna look for a place to sign our name on it.
Yeah, you quickly find your choice of different marker colors. There are a lot of them there. Knit signed in what appears to be kind of this light green color. Whoever Jackson P is signed in kind of this gray.
Oh, no.
The rest of you guys have red, blue. There's just the kind of the normal black, kind of purplish color looking thing. There's
Why don't we
yellow,
Everyone,
orange.
Why don't we
Orange.
just come back in the morning and see
Oh,
what
there's also-
they're gonna
there's also
do?
pink.
And then we can join them then if it sounds interesting, instead of just signing ourselves up for something that we have no idea what it is.
Is there like a pamphlet nearby that we can read, or like some rules?
I'm gonna sign- I'm gonna
Not
sign
nearby.
people on-
However, if you want, you can roll a general education check to figure out what a GCEA is.
Let's do it. Let me load my character sheet. You said general?
Yes, please. Nice. Totally. This is kind of within the wheelhouse of a amateur Pokemon trainer's knowledge base. A GCEA, or Gotta Catch 'Em All, often abbreviated to GCHI, is a Pokemon catching contest. They have various rules and regulations. It depends on the GCHI. And this one appears to be put on by the Apricorn Festival. The next one starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp.
Oh, yeah. Elaine will immediately start, like, recalling the time she was at the little ramen shop with this tiny little tube TV, watching these little Gotta Catch 'Em All competitions, and starts rambling off, like, what you all do, and she's actually kind of excited about it. She thinks that Amber would be really good at it.
Okay, well that sounds like a lot of fun, but we're like almost out of Pokeballs.
We're at a Pokemon Ball Festival. This is where we get the Pokeballs.
Yeah, but it's early in the morning. What time does everything close?
Yes.
Does my role give me knowledge on whether or not they give us like safari balls that we can use, kind of quote in the airs?
It
or
depends, but
is-
that's common. Yeah.
okay. So they supply the Pokeballs that we can use to catch the Pokemon.
Or at least some, probably.
Some.
At least supplement.
Most likely.
Okay.
What time of day did you say it was, Austin?
It is now 9 p.m.
9 8. Oh.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah, it's
They're probably all closed then.
Yeah.
Well, as we were walking around, did anyone seem open still? As we were starting to kind of scout it out.
There's like a couple of like little food places and like a couple
the
of
McDonald's.
a couple of little mini games that are open here and there for the really devoted people, but this is pretty late into the festival and it's not closing day, so you know, people are kind of taking it easy at this point. The enthusiasm isn't nearly as high as what you might expect on like opening day or near the end.
Fair enough.
Wow. Almost said Draji.
Draji does what now? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It has been so long since I've played her. I'm starting to like say her name subconsciously now.
Starting to
So
haunt you.
I know it's bad. So anyway, Elaine, in her excitement of seeing Team Knit on the board, she is going to think about try and look for like their little tents and see if she can't find them. Maybe they're still camping out, eating more candy bars and marshmallows, much to Mr. X Chagrin.
Mako will want to split off. He's got his own scouting to do, so whenever it's most effective to split the party, we probably might want to do that, if I had to guess. He'll see Team Knit tomorrow. He's got bigger fish to fry tonight. He's got bigger Maggie cuts to fry tonight.
Totally.
Ton.
What are you saying? What do you want from me?
Did you hear me?
Maybe.
Oh,
What do you
is
want?
my microphone not coming in?
I'm not sure if I caught what you said, even if you were clear.
Oh, I said
Yeah.
seeing Team Knit's name on the board,
Yeah.
she's going to be excited and
Yeah.
try to look for like their campsite and just try to catch up with her friendly rivals.
Totally. Roll perception.
I will.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Doop.
Well, all right. Let me see if I can. Let me help you with that. Multiple use. 3 times a day. I'm assuming I have all 3 of my uses for today.
We haven't used any yet. I don't think so.
Sweet.
Maybe one.
Go ahead and use a. Let me help you with that if this is in fact.
Go for it.
Yeah. So just roll again.
Yep, and then add my skill rank, which, if we're rolling perception, is rank 5. So you get a +5 bonus on top of your reroll.
Okay, cool. Let's do it again.
That's a good
15.
ability.
It is nice.
It is.
Yeah, it is. I love it so much.
Yeah, totally. Elaine, you seem to be struggling, so you guys begin to set up camp somewhere, and then Mako kind of tosses his bed on the ground and comes to help. You guys spend about 6 to 10 minutes walking the lanes of the fairground and kind of like the tent area. It is quite vast. There's a lot of people here, and it's dark. You're having a pretty rough time. Unfortunately, you're just a bit shy of perhaps being able to find your team, assuming they're in this area. As valiant an effort as it was, unfortunate. However, you do get lots of info on like kind of like the surrounding stuff and the kind of people you're seeing. There's a lot of people who have a very rural vibe to them. You would assume to be either locals or from Tenebrous Village. You are you see them. A lot of them kind of have like straw hats, a vaguely kind of like fisherman sort of vibe to them. Lots of like capris, kind of short pants. Yeah, several of them. Like you see one guy who is tending his wares. He has a blue tarp laid in front of a tent and actively appears to be repairing Pokeballs. You see another guy who is currently stacking up what appear to be Apricorn nuts in front of an interesting-looking machine that you assume would either grind them up or process them or something. You see another guy who is just selling normal Pokeballs, and you can actually see that his bin is almost full. Another person is just closing up their hot dog stand for the night. You would actually be the last ones there, and they offer you some very cheap dogs if you want them. Might be a little bit stale, but they're still hot.
I want
I
hot
like
dog.
tail dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs.
Totally, yeah.
Hot dog.
Yeah, sure. Just, we'll say this is flavor. I'm not gonna make you spend any money. Like, it's in the domain of like 20 polka dollars, very cheap.
Mhm.
Gotta get a concession stand hot dog every time you go to an event.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he kind of gives you what he has left. One of you gets a chili dog. One of you gets kind of a kitchen sink dog with cheese and peppers and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff on it. Another person just gets the standard dog with mustard and ketchup, a little bit of relish. Yeah. You're just kind of eating your dog, sitting around. A vaguely comforting atmosphere. There's something really nice about a fairground at night. Just like a lot of positive energy and excitement for the day tomorrow. Unless you have anything specific that you wish to go after this evening, I'll say you guys probably return to your campsite after your meal and kind of batten down the hatch for the evening. Sound good?
Okay.
I definitely have some scouting to do.
Okay.
I think this would be a good opportunity to take out the swine up I caught last session.
Okay.
And have it search around the area around our campsite with pickup.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Nice.
Ah, nice.
Okay. Yes, daily
I'm assuming
pickup.
I will have to.
So-
I will have to make a command check of some sort for this.
You don't. But here's how I'm ruling pickup. Pickup is per route or point of interest. So if you use pickup here, you will not have pickup tomorrow. And pickup tomorrow will be potentially in a more interesting area. You would still potentially get something interesting in the fairgrounds, because this is a rather unique place. But you can use pickup with Swinub one time while you're here, and the rest of you, by the way, have your D20 random item up again while you're here, as well.
I'll wait on that then.
Okay, sure.
Because I wanted to get it in before the day's over, but if it doesn't make a difference, then yeah. Either way, I will take out Swinub and I guess introduce myself a little bit better. Try and build up some friendship with
Yeah,
the
sure.
Pokemon.
Yeah, you take the Swinub out and pet it a little. It seems to like the pets. It likes the warmth of a hand. Swinub are a Pokemon that one of their defense mechanisms in the deep cold is to kind of cuddle and congregate together in large colonies. But also we're starting to get into kind of the warmer seasons, and without it snow, the Swinub starts to look kind of uncomfortable after a bit. You take your what's left of your ice Coke, after you cleaned out all the Coke, and just pour the ice on the Swinub, and you can see it steaming a little bit.
Perfect.
Yep. Then you find a little bit of trash for the Swinub to eat, and everybody's happy. Swinub just kind of digging around, messy fare on the ground, a little bit of cotton candy, maybe a half-eaten hot dog.
I imagine Frigibax and Swinub would get along pretty well because Frigibax has the chilled capability.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, so they might hang out. I don't know.
Isaac,
Yes.
you had some scouting you wanted to do. What would you like to
Yes,
do?
I was waiting for my turn.
Go for
Alright,
it.
first off, of highest priority, if at all possible, and I know things are closed up for the night, but I want to see if there is an establishment or just any signs of where I can go tomorrow to purchase a Poke tool belt. And then, if it is at a different place, a toolbox is specifically what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be in the same place. If not, if I have spare time before time to bed down, I just want to figure out any and all dealers that buy and sell Pokeballs as well. If there's any kind of signs or, get your Pokeballs here, or we buy Pokeballs, or this or that.
Yeah, totally.
Basically, I want to.
There's a lot of that.
I want to do as much upfront tonight so that I can just march up to someone tomorrow and be like, "Give me a tool belt, and then will you buy the product that I make off of it?" Because I want to make. Apricorn.
You have to look maybe 10 feet to find something that might work. there's probably 5 to 10 vendors who all do that in the fairgrounds. So yeah, you're actually going to be spoiled for choice as well as potentially price.
Can I
this would be the place to do it.
Can I accost anyone that I see and ask them basically like how are the prices around here type deal? What do I expect to be taken for?
Sure. Well, I would say with your guys' perception, you saw a few guys just kind of chilling around a campfire, and you strike up a convo. Some old dudes who seem really chill.
Probably very amused at the sight of Mako.
Yeah, one of them is playing a banjo. The other guy has like a little bit of pokey gear with some earpods in, which he takes out when you approach. Just kind of splayed out on the ground near a campfire. Yeah, you talk to him for a bit. They ask, what's your trade? What are you doing? And you tell him you're a Pokemon trainer who's interested in the utility, being able to tinker a little bit, get Apricorn balls functioning in the field. And they're more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction. They tell you kind of came at a good time because there's a lot of merchandise left because they expected a good 5 to 6 days towards the end where there was a lot of people influxing, but because Rage Crossing collapsed, they have a lot of merchandise that they need to offload. So prices are going down because supply is very high comparatively to where it kind of should be, according to where the festival is.
Okay. Very nice.
So delaying it did have benefit.
It did. Well, it had benefits and consequences because you had to cross Rage Crossing,
sure.
and if you didn't do that, then you would have had problems for sure.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet. All right. Well, then I will head back. Is it fair to say that since all my Pokemon are pretty physically small at present, that I can just let them all out and we all just kind of sleep in the tent?
Yeah, totally, man. I don't see any problem with that. Anybody else who wants to kind of relax that way, even normally, that's pretty fine unless your Pokemon would have some kind of physical demand that needs to be met, especially. All right.
Is it a clear night tonight, or is it still kind of stormy and cloudy?
It's clearing up. It's clearing up. There's definitely a decent number of stars in the sky. A few clouds here and there. Yesterday was a bit overcast. You think tomorrow might look a bit brighter, but there's still there's a fair bit of mud and standing water in places. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably have Rook and Queen out with me then, just roaming around playing.
Very cool.
I guess while everybody's doing their thing, Amber will go sign the team up for the Gotta Catch 'Em All that we talked about, but then never signed ourselves up for.
Okay, are you signing for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You.
Was already on it.
Just the team name, whoever. I mean, I guess because that's how they did.
Maeve.
Oh.
Maeve.
Yeah. And then, they don't have to know who exactly the team is, so if somebody doesn't want to show up, then, should be fine. Still the team.
Sure.
So, yeah.
As you walk up, you see having signed in what the kind of orange marker is a new team name. It says Russ and Tess.
And I'll try and circle ours with Vigo's name as well, and just point the V in Vigo to the V in Maeve. Okay. Yeah, and then that's
Sick,
all she'll do.
Is there a particular color you wanted to sign in?
Blurple.
Is purple available? Yeah. Or
See.
green if green's it. If there's like a
the
seafoam
the
green,
purple is
Amber
kind of
would
like
probably
that
pick
dark color that Team Knit signed in.
Okay, well, is there a green?
I thought Team Knit was the light green.
No, you're right. You're right. Sorry. No, purple is available. I'm looking at my notes right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, light green is good. You want to go? Sorry, not light green. You want to go dark purple?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Blurple! Yay!
Blurble.
Blurple!
Cool.
Oh.
Yep. How do you sign your team's name? Do you write each first name down, or are you using some kind of team moniker?
I just use the monicum of Maeve or whatever. I don't even.
Evum is also an option.
Evum? Guys,
Or
do we have
Veem.
a preference? Veem? Oh, I kind of like Veem. Team Veem.
So do keep in mind, you aren't accounting for Rune with that team name, and he could potentially be joining in here.
Well, but I feel okay. So I'll just say, I don't want to make Isaac do it if he doesn't want to, and I would of course love to invite Rune. So I'm just gonna just put Amber's party.
Sure, yeah, Amber's party.
Amber is the leader of
There
our
we
party,
go.
y'all. It officially happened.
We have now
That
officially
way I
signed her
can
name
claim
as well.
anyone who I want to be on my team without actually having to have them play if they don't want to.
Sure.
After she probably spends a couple minutes thinking about this.
Okay, so it should be noted that Team Knit, for example, has in parentheses next to their name 3. So you may wish to do that.
No, she leaves
Okay.
it ambiguous because she just doesn't know, and what's the
Okay.
option?
Okay. Up to you, man.
I feel like I'm in middle school volleyball all over again.
No, it's
Everybody
too.
else is gonna get disqualified, and Figo's gonna be the only one there because it's just one person.
Yeah, no, just Amber's party, and then that's it. That's enough. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So, you return to camp. Maybe would you say you did or did not tell everybody what you're going to do?
I would have told people, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So Amber returns, having presumably signed all of your names individually onto the board.
So, when you say you signed us up, did you sign us up as a team, or?
We just went over this. He's keeping it vague.
I really
'cause he's
tried. I didn't know who wanted to, because it sounds like everybody kind of wants to do their own thing, but also not. And, Mako's kind of wanted to do the Pokeball thing, and I want to do, Pokeball things too. But anyways, I just put us down as Amber's party, because then anybody who wants to play with me, we can all go play in the Gotta Catch 'em All. But then anybody who doesn't want to, doesn't have to. And so, but I didn't put a number like Team Knit did, because, well, I did what I could, okay?
I just imagine Rune's glitching out on the ground, just like having a little
I can't
poke.
believe you would do this.
he's having a little across the Spider-Verse moment where he needs to return to his own universe.
You want to try again, David?
Oh, it was. Sorry. Yeah.
It sounds distinguishable
Yeah.
now.
I'll go with you to the contest. Can I go through? Can y'all hear me again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be in the contest, is what you were saying.
Yes.
Okay, well, at least that makes 2 of us. And obviously Vico is joining. Just hopefully he can be on our team. We're gonna have a lot of explaining to do, I think, but it'll probably work out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Unless you don't want to be on our team, Vico.
She looks over with puppy dog eyes.
Figo just kind of shrugs. He doesn't really know what's going on.
Amber tries not to look hurt.
Oh.
Well, I think it
Well,
sounds
he was the
amazing,
last
Amber, and Mako's gonna come over and like put his arm around her. I'm gonna join Amber's party for a while.
Okay, well, it's not actually a party. I just couldn't think of what else to call us.
Team or I don't know.
It's
Conglomerate?
like, you're not technically a conglomerate. You think I know what that word means?
You're pretty
Actually,
smart
you
for
know,
an
that is a
8-year-old, I'm just saying.
compliment. Yeah, there you go. I'll take that.
Okay, retire for the night, I assume. Everybody has tents, right?
I do.
Do we all have tents? I thought
we
this was a
share-
complicated problem earlier.
We
pretty
do.
sure-
Sleeping on the dirt.
I was gonna say either everyone has tents
Oh.
or everyone has made peace with not having a tent at this point.
Yeah, there is some
Mako
combination
and
of us
Vigo
all
share a
that
tent,
gives
and
us
Elaine
all
and Amber
tents.
share a tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we
yes.
go.
That's
Okay.
great.
I thought
Problem
we
And then
established
I have my own tent.
Okay.
I thought we established that
Problem
tents were too small for a second person.
I think we established that they were a lot big enough for a second person.
The problem was that y'all were too tall. That was the part. But the girls aren't too tall, so we definitely don't have any problems.
My bad for being 50% older.
For
than
being-
you.
No, I mean we figured it out. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. We're going to review this at the end of the session. We're going to figure out what exactly is up. For now, I'm going to assume everybody is in a tent or in comparably comfortable conditions. And there's no rain, so it's not that big a deal. Yeah. The night passes once kind of like the excitement has worn off a little bit. Very quickly, because you guys are tired from Route 2 all day today. Yeah, you guys walked many miles. Many miles indeed. Probably like 5 or 6 in the last day or so. That's a lot for young chillins. So, moving on, we are going to pass the next day. I am gonna do something. Give me one moment.
Seriously, Caleb?
True.
That's a skill
Like
I
straight
wish I-
up. Yeah,
wish
like
I had
when I
more
was young,
that
I
skill.
can't like soreness didn't happen, and now soreness happens.
Soreness happens now when I don't do anything.
Okay. And you were saying Elaine and Amber are probably sharing the same tent?
Correct.
That's correct.
Okay, both of you roll perception checks.
I can tell you exactly who it was because I remember it was Vigo and Mako and Elaine and Amber. They were sharing tents because Vigo didn't have one in the rain.
9 and 10.
I do have a sleeping bag, though.
You do have a sleeping bag.
I will let me help you with that on Amber this time.
No, you are not. You're not aware of this happening.
Oh.
You are asleep.
Oh, sweet.
Sorry.
You are sleeping.
Okay.
Sorry, Isaac, you tried.
Good try.
If
We're
I
gonna
help-
get ambushed by a violent predator.
He got the he got the spirit.
Oops.
It's a dark eye.
It's
That's the only
a dark
explanation.
cry. Wow, that would be an escalation, wouldn't it?
It's come to feast on our dreams.
Suddenly, in-game Pokemon just arrives at our bedside.
Turns out we were doing Curse of Strahd Pokemon Edition. This is where it kicks off into the dream world we
I
go.
knew it. I knew
I'm
it.
playing a Pokemon emulator to fall asleep, and then out of the game comes a Darkrai.
Okay, is your meteor
It
badge
becomes an isekai.
on a Pokemon right now?
Oh man,
For who?
I will look.
Amber.
Amber, in particular. I think you put it
I
on...
don't know.
Didn't you put it on, Spectacle?
I'm just gonna look and see.
I don't know if you ever took it.
You
Sad
sound
blast.
awful, David. but I appreciate
Sorry.
your
David's so
I do not
concerned, man.
see a held item for anyone except for Cuddles, who has the fire brace. So presumably it's not on anyone.
Okay, I'm like assuming like you're putting it on, you're taking the meteor badge off as necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The only
Okay.
thing that seems to be properly held is the fire brace right now.
Cool. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Oh. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. You all awaken, stretching in your individual sleeping bags within your tents. You awaken to bird Pokemon chirping in the surrounding trees. The sounds of the fairgrounds coming alive as it is now 8 o'clock a.m. The wonderful early morning smells of dew and wood fire enters your nostrils, as well as kind of flowing along with it the wonderful cadence of fair food, funnel cakes, hot dogs, barbecue, all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
8 in the morning?
8 in the morning. Yeah, you gotta start it early. You gotta start it early.
Yeah. Rack up those fryers.
Give me a rack of ribs at 8 in the morning.
Rack of ribs.
Oh my word.
That sounds like the ultimate way to start a day.
Sounds like me, dude. Like, yeah, like I wanna.
What better way is there? There we go.
So
As
Vigo
far as
would
I'm
actually
concerned, I don't
probably-
start my morning without a rack of ribs.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Vigo would have actually gotten up a little bit earlier if possible, like 7:15, 7:30, kind of, because he's got training to do
Well.
that he does every morning.
Very nice.
with the
Yeah.
Pokemon, of course.
I will return very shortly. I have just pulled into the apartment complex.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Very good.
How long?
You can slap Isaac on your way in.
You could.
I will.
You need a hug. We'll do hands of healing and harm. I need
Yes,
to
right.
slap him.
You guys slap each other for both missing last session. It'll be a
Yeah,
joint
fair
slappage.
Okay,
how long
so
does it
Vigo's doing a little more early morning training. We'll handle that first. Vigo, yeah, you find yourself a small clearing in the surrounding trees and get to work exercising your Pokemon and kind of working.
We got to do stretches, got to push up, run around a little bit. And I don't know how a Swinub is going to do push-ups, but I'm going to try to get it to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It just inchworms on the ground.
We'll make
Or
this
just flops up and down. That'd be
DC
hilarious.
6. Ah, okay. All right, well, don't worry about it. Yeah, you can, you're slapping at the back. You complete your morning training without event, man. Pokemon seem energized by the event. They, your energy is like a little bit contagious. Both you and your Mon are excited.
Yeah, this would be a consistent ritual, by the way.
Mhm.
Most mornings.
Yes, I think you've conveyed that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. As everybody else is waking up, Amber, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh no! Oh no! It was theft, wasn't it?
Nice. Yeah, as you're kind of packing up your stuff, because you don't know if you're going to be coming back to this campsite, if you're staying a day or what, and you don't want to leave your stuff unattended. You have, like, trust issues. So, yeah.
This is true.
Digging into your backpack and kind of getting your sweater all set up and your backpack, and you get your hat on, and you dig for the familiar and now comforting and accomplished weight of the meteor badge, and you don't find it.
Elaine?
She calls for Elaine.
Yes, Amber?
You wouldn't happen to know where my meteor badge is, would you? I can't seem to find it. I'm sure I just misplaced it in our tent somewhere.
Elaine starts to, like, look around in the tiny corners of the tent. and then she'll like scoot out of the tent and like fill around underneath like the sleeping bags and like shake hers a little bit and sort of look with both concern and bewilderment at Amber and be like, are you sure you checked all of your pockets?
Yeah, I really did. I definitely did that.
And what about all your Pokemon? Were they holding it?
No, they weren't. And do you still have your meteor badge?
Yeah, you see like immediate fear on Draji's face. Oh, Draji.
We've invoked the name one too many times.
I need help! Somebody! Okay, Elaine! We'll search her bag! Does she find her meteor badge?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, she pulls her out and shines it. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Actually, she's gonna bite on it, make sure it's not fake.
I made a chocolate.
You have no idea what that does, but it makes you feel better.
And so she's like, yeah, I have mine. She looks around and then she thinks, Prune!
You just hear yelling from the tent.
Well, we're standing outside of the tent now because we're ravaging through our things trying to find this lost badge. Prune!
Hey, Marco!
We're not hearing you if you're talking, David.
David!
I don't even hear him talking physically, so it's possible he's still connecting.
Well, in the meantime, Amber will be like,
Yeah.
Hey, Marco!
Mako will have risen early to get his shopping done because it takes an extended hour to craft balls. So he is going to be. He will
gone.
At 7 a.m. just to harass the marketplace.
Vigo
and
woke
if
you
they're-
up when
and
he
if
was
they're not
getting
open
up
yet,
by
he's gonna start foraging
screaming.
for apricorns instead until they open.
An ambitious boy.
oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
David's talking now. David, we can't hear you.
David!
Rune's going through his morning rituals, guys. Don't bother.
He's
David!
meditating.
He has to shave, unlike the rest of you goons.
Mako pretends he has to shave, but it's just because he's jealous of Rune.
That's funny.
I don't know if he can hear us. No, he can't. He's still getting his headset set up.
Okay, got it. No worries. We'll give him just a minute here, because this could be eminently important for him.
Should we go on to someone else's prep time first then?
Sure.
Let's go to Mako.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah. So yeah, I would have woken up probably around 7 as well as Vigo.
Uh-huh.
If the vendors are not yet at their shops, he will just wander around and try and forage for apricorns for a while. But if as soon as he perceives the shops are open, he's going to be beelining it to buy a Poke Toolbox if possible. And I'll have Saida out as my new mascot.
Okay. One moment. I'm gonna find that toolbox. I'm not actually seeing where that's listed. Everything has it as a rec, but I don't see the.
I check one too. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Yep.
you. Hi,
we
welcome
can.
back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Look at that.
Okay, I have to do it on the Xbox for some reason.
Ah,
It's not
500.
working on my laptop.
Rest in peace.
I know, right? It's Discord though, not my mic. That's the weird thing.
It is
I'm also
weird.
looking for the item, Austin.
So, what did I miss while I was fighting with my technology?
The
You have been
meteor.
summoned.
A meteor bat has gone missing, and the girls are screaming for room. As
Yeah.
Vigo and Mako are out, Vigo gone to do his early training, Mako to do his early shopping.
Okay. Well,
we
hearing
need the
the
police
cries
officer in
for
training.
room.
We're gonna get to Mako first, because that's what we just started. Mako, yeah, you get out early, and your early morning pioneer spirit is met with various other vendors who have a similar degree of work ethic. Many of them are they're obviously they're drinking their coffee. They're those of them that smoke some kind of a leaf are doing that. And you approach one of them and ask if they sell toolboxes here. And say, you see one guy who's on the heavier side, kind of sitting in a lawn chair. Got half a slice of what looks like some kind of key lime pie, just eating probably like leftover. Sure do, bud. He puts it down, leans forward, rifles through a number of kind of blue plastic boxes. You need the full kit?
Yep. Do you have a chemistry set as well?
Check the cardboard box over there. Probably some beakers and stuff.
He will do so.
Yeah, as he assembles your stuff, you glance over. You do a little looking around. Roll me a medicine check.
Chemistry set, by the way, for reference, while I'm pulling this up, is 1,000.
Yep.
Medicine, there we go.
Medicine education. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. You realize you're missing some key components, but this is a decent start. You have half of a chemistry set here.
Okay. How much does he want for the half of it?
Honestly, don't know, kid. That's mostly my daughter's stuff, and she's moved out of the house now. Let's say 300, 400, sound fair?
Sure. So I will attempt to bundle that in with the toolbox to try and get that 300.
Okay.
Does he also sell any Pokeballs or buy them or anything?
Yeah, this guy that you've approached it's sort of a hodgepodge of little bits and pieces. Like, it's almost like this guy has a bit of know-how, but he like took everything in his garage that he needs to get rid of and just brought it out for the festival.
Okay.
A bit like my dad. And yeah, he just has like a pallet full of boxes and all kinds of random junk. You see an old Game Boy in there.
How much do you want for the Game Boy?
Just a couple hundred.
All right, yeah, sure. So if I figure correct, we're up to 1,000 on my tab if I have the Game Boy. Does he have anything that would help me?
So couple hundred, and then he's selling you the chem set for 300. But we haven't gotten to the Pokeball toolkit yet, which he is getting all figured out. He seems to have a stronger concept of what all is necessary for this, being at the Apricorn Festival. He seems to, he's probably a tinkerer or maybe a ball crafter himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he pulls together a bunch of stuff. He gets all of it together. He says, "Good news, don't need the lathes." He takes them off the table. Outdated. You put an extra screw in the hinge. You're good to go.
Okay. I think I was reading something about that in my Big Sis's magazine.
They're polished enough. You want a little bit of grip anyway. Don't want a Pokeball slipping out of your hands when you're trying to throw it. Good way to get a broken ball or toss it in a river or something.
Oh yeah. Could I use my D20 as rifling through his supply to try and get something exotic?
You could. He ends this particular exchange by saying, take it off me for 750, plus the other stuff.
Oh, like the tool belt?
Well, yeah, he's saying 750 plus the other things you're buying. So, that's 750 for the Pokeball toolkit, which is 25% off, by the way.
No, it's 500 normally.
Oh, is it? Excuse me. Yeah, you're right. That's 1,000. Okay, so then this should be We'll say 350. Say 350.
350. Okay.
Yeah, man, 350. All right. So 350 plus the other stuff. Are you calcing all this, or should I?
Yeah, I'm attempting to. So
Okay.
350 for the box, 300 for the half Kim set is 650, and then there was one other thing I believe.
Game Boy.
Game Boy. Okay, so 850 currently. Yeah, I wanna use my D20 to dumpster dive through this guy's, because this is my grandfather, is your dad, is find the random stuff and then have a yard sale. So this is right up my alley, and a 19 to boot. All right.
You find the other half of the chemistry set.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
You find something real weird. He has some old Apricorn stuff. Bits and pieces of Apricorns. Apricorns are usually divided into half nuts, which are used to comprise the bottom and top of the Pokeball, respectively. And you have, the hinges and various other components of the Pokeballs. You find a weird Apricorn stem that you are not familiar with your 19. I want you to roll me a technology education check for that, actually.
You'll love to see that.
Nice, Ben. You don't know what this is, but it's not an Apricorn stem that you know grows in this area. This could potentially be a very interesting component if assembled with like-minded parts with a little bit of ingenuity.
Let me just real quick double check that I don't have anything to add to that roll. No, I do not. Okay, sweet. So, special Apricorn stem?
Special Apricorn stem. Keep track of that.
Sweet.
Gonna collect all the pieces of Exodia.
Yeah!
I'm gonna put together a Master Ball with that.
That would be
That was
crazy.
well worth.
That
That's
would
a-
be crazy.
That's an interesting little doohickey. Yeah, I found that, what was this old bush? Top Dragontail Mountains, where I'm from. Make the trek down every spring. Seemed a little weird. It was picked dry. Thought maybe somebody down here would find a use for it. You're the first one, so have at it, kiddo.
Maybe I can, thank you.
Take it for 100.
Okay. So we're at 950. Any other fun little knickknacks, or like I said, anything that would help me, fix my phone, or maybe maybe an old phone of his daughter's is in here.
Sure, yeah, man. That's definitely the kind of junk that would be in this sort of consortium. Yeah, you find an old Pokephone. It actually has the RO branding on it, which of course would make it a Rotom phone. Old Rotom phone. Whoever had it before me released the Rotom. Still has some good tech on it though. That's what happens when you don't pay for the plan.
Oh yeah. Is it like our universe where I could put my SIM card in that phone type deal?
If you had a new Rotom, you could repossess the phone. You can also buy Rotom at a Rotom Co. Shop, which would probably be in big cities. So you'd actually have a fully functional phone if you did that. But this is like basically very basic functionality, pocket calculator, alarm clock.
Maybe the Pokédex on it.
Probably no Pokédex. That's more specialty, but you have a Pokédex, so
Okay.
no worries there.
Okay. Yeah. How much you want for this?
Just 300.
All right. Sweet. Actually, I tell you what. Will he take just 1,200 for the full batch? Can I knock off 50?
Sure. Just roll me a charm check. Roll low DC. Sure, kid. No skin off my back. 1150 it is. Want me to bag that up for you?
color. Thank you.
Yep, he tosses it all in like a fast food bag that he's repurposed.
Oh, nice.
It smells vaguely of burgers. All right, man.
Alrighty. So
Yeah,
I've
got all that added.
So I've got the toolbox. I've got half a chem set, special Apricorn stem, and then a old rodent phone.
Old Rotom phone. Yep. Yep. And you walk out into the fairgrounds proper after that. I'm actually gonna switch maps here because it's daytime and you guys are able to kind of see where you're going. As the rest of you search your immediate camp area for the badge. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you no cigar, even with Brune's perception. However, some potentially other kinds of info could be gleaned here. Mr. David, are you thinking you're going to roll perception?
Whoa! No wonder the map was like a potential for a loading catastrophe.
Yeah, I'll be rolling perception. Will this still count as Route 2 for the purposes of getting the bonus to it, or no?
Yeah, this is in the Route 2 area. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Alright, so I still have my Route 2 plus 2 bonus.
Sick.
Holy cow.
$15.
Beautiful.
That was really bad.
Okay. Okay.
I'm assuming there's no dice with that. Or can I at least find tracks of something?
Yeah, the idea was to kind of get a hint. And yeah, as you're looking about, you do see your camp area, the girls' tents specifically. Elaine would kind of keep a little bit more hygienic, and keep leaves and bits of ash and stuff out. As you're gazing down into the tent, there are very small footprints that seem to have tracked through what remained of your dying campfire last night. Definitely not human prints. This is a Pokemon. Unfortunately,
They walked through the campfire?
as you look outside, you very quickly lose the prints amid the myriad mud trails and bits of standing water and all kinds of stuff outside.
I have something.
But you do know your culprit now, at least, and you could potentially compare the footprints to your knowledge of Pokemon.
I would like to try and do that, yes.
Okay, Pokemon education.
Give me just a moment, I am double checking something.
And I'm gonna give you plus 1d6 for this.
When will I return from my training?
You're back now if you want to be.
Okay, that would be fantastic timing. So yeah, Vigo.
Come on, education 1d6.
I'll let this play out first.
You're adding plus 1d6 to your normal Pokemon education check.
I'll go through.
That one did, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Did you pre-calc the extra d6 there?
I did, yes.
Oh, you
Okay.
did?
It's normally it's normally 4.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, man. Looking around. Let me look at something real quick. These prints are very impressionistic. They almost look like beans or something. Thin little footprints that have sort of an irregular, almost stomping or maybe exaggerating kind of sneaking gait to them. As you've seen this thing before. It's been a minute. You were a lot younger back when you saw these prints, but your dad pointed them out to you in the village where you hailed from, back in the Galar region. If memory serves, this has all the telltale signs of an impidimp pickpocket attempt.
Rude will sigh very heavily as he realizes what did this.
Oh no.
You know a fair bit about Impidimp. This is a dark fairy type, also called the wily Pokemon. They're pretty mischievous, but they're not really insidious. They really just like messing with people. And they specifically try to pickpocket objects they know you're gonna miss. Not necessarily the most valuable objects. It just so happens in this case that stealing the meteor badge is the thing you will simultaneously value the most and miss the most. Impidimp don't, you know, they like to kind of haunt specific people and really mess with them and drive them to their wits' end. So it's likely this Impidimp is still around somewhere. If you keep looking, you're gonna run into him eventually.
And he's picked Amber.
I have a guardian devil.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
One of my Pokemon has the move Odor Sleuth. Would
Yeah.
he be able to track this Impidimp from its scent?
Potentially,
There are
man.
rules for
Potentially.
You know what?
There are.
Holly has Tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, several
Holly
Pokemon
has
have smell and odor sleuth, so yes. I believe it's going to be a perception check on their part. Let me double check the rules on that.
I have the rules for it.
Tell me,
So-
give me the rules for it.
Yeah, man. With the tracker capability, which you get from having Odor Sleuth, have a strong sense of smell that they can use to follow other Pokemon or people. If the Pokemon has smelt whom they want to track in the past day, or one of their personal belongings, they can pursue that prey with a perception check of 8 or better. Would tracks leave enough of a scent for that?
Alternatively, could they sniff the other meteor badge because
That's
it
a
would
thought
have
too.
Or that?
presumably the
yeah.
same smell?
Yeah,
Or sniff Amber, because it would have Amber scent.
that
Since it
too.
was in her things.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of things here. So that's probably going to be a DC at 8.
There's all sorts of things for you to sniff.
Yep. That's right.
It's a festival after all. We have all the white powders you can buy.
So, do we all want to send out a different Pokemon with either Odor Sleuth or the Tracker ability?
Yeah, we could double team this. Who's your Odor Sleuth partner? Is it your Zigzagoon?
A goober.
Bishop comes
Oh
in!
my!
Hang on. Yeah, the goober really harassed Holly last time, so it'll be probably traumatic for Holly to see the goober. But
I'll keep him in check this time. He has a mission.
so yeah, Holly will go ahead. So Elaine will release Holly and give her the instructions to sniff Amber's things, show her the meteor badge, and explain to her that we need to find this. Please track Amber's smell.
Okay.
And I don't know what Rune wants to do to try and aid in this search. If he wants to bring the goober.
Release my Goober Zigzagoon Bishop.
Okay. Okay. So Holly is using the amber smell, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So go ahead and roll perception check for that. I'm going to say, a Pokemon with odor sleuth. You can have multiple potentially, but they all have to use different sort of senses or sources for the trail they're following.
Oh, pop
Boy.
off!
Go Holly!
Nice.
That's some perception right there.
That's my girl.
Totally.
Tracking specifically the prince of the Impidimp. And I'll explain to him the
Okay.
importance of this.
Okay, these would be especially tough. So instead of DC 8, we're gonna go ahead and make this a DC 12.
All right. Does he get any bonus for having Odor Sleuth?
Odor sleuth is what is allowing him to track in the first place.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it allows him to have tracker.
Odor Sleuth gives the tracker capability.
Just shy.
Oh.
Yeah, the Zigzagoon opens up on the trail as the energy being is let loose from its ball. As you press down the Zigzagoon to get it to focus, Like, okay, you see these footprints? Follow the trail, Zigzagoon, go! And the Zigzagoon just follows the trail until he finds a half-eaten banana peel in a puddle halfway down the fair thoroughfare and just starts devouring it. And after it has eaten probably 2 or 3 of like the petals of the peel, he offers it to you very excitedly and proudly, as though this is obviously what you wanted.
Tail wagging and eyes agleam with pride.
I facepalm lightly, but I will pet the Zigzagoon. Good job.
Absolutely.
And then return him to the ball.
Yep. As you do so, you see a person that would have stepped on that banana peel walk directly through that puddle. You can't help but think you've done some kind of good deed despite the fact that you're not getting anywhere. As you glance to your side, seeing Holly the ferret just go... Just kind of sniffs the air a little bit, sniffs the ground, and just kind of snaking along the ground. Occasionally stopping, putting its head in the air, going back down again. And several people just kind of sidestep as Elaine jogs after it.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
Amber will be following in close pursuit, and she'll have Cuddles out with her as her personal bodyguard, seeing as she is, she is at risk.
At risk.
So yeah, and they're about the same height. So she's just sticking very close, and she's like,
All right, Cuddles. Listen, I don't know what's out there. Sounds like a little menace, though. We're gonna find it. And if it gets close to us, we're gonna take the paws off.
Amber starts frothing at the mouth.
This is Cuddles the Grubbin.
Eyes go red.
No,
Cuddles is the Sand Slash.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
My
Yeah, that's right.
Drastically over-leveled Pokemon.
Yeah. Sand Slash.
I look to in times of.
Yeah. Sand Slash kind of. Sand Slash flexes its claws like scissors, just like menacingly following behind you.
Very good.
All right.
I have my posse now.
Vigo, are you following the
this
gang?
Sounds like a good time to show up.
Yeah.
Vigo arrives back from his jog, and you see his Pokemon like a good probably 30 feet behind him, trying to keep up. They all seem very tired, as none of them are as fast as he is.
That's incredible.
Real quick.
Hey guys, what's going on?
We're hunting.
Oh dear.
Oh, what are we hunting?
A little mischievous creature that stole my meteor badge.
He's very upset about it.
The crack in the voice is really selling the rage.
Her eyes twitching a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bloodshot.
I'm not even trying to do it intentionally. I just can't talk like that in falsetto effectively, so it's cracking naturally.
It's really selling good.
With Bishop returned to the ball, I will send out Queen to be our eyes in the sky and just keep an eye out, and she will also know more about Ibidip also being from the Galar region.
Totally, yeah. The bird just kind of flying over. It's gonna try and keep an eye on everything. Yeah, you guys take a small tour through the fairground. The ferret leads you to a stall. With a very kind of bedraggled looking older woman, who informs you that her son's baseball collection was stolen.
An entire
Ma'am?
collection of baseballs?
I know exactly what you're going through, and we will take vengeance for your son's baseball collection. Don't you worry.
Oh my goodness.
She thanks you very much for the thought. If you can get it back to her, she'll pay you.
Oh,
Money.
I will do everything in my power.
Yeah. She pats you on the head a couple times. She said, "Oh, what a nice little girl you are. Here, She takes some candy out of her pocket, kind of clasps it into your hand. Go get him. You carry on a very circuitous route through the fairground, where every so often there's just some random thing that happened. Like in the night, one of the fairground Ferris wheel suspension cords were cut. And it is utterly inoperable. Another thing is one section of the large pavilion, like one of the cords, kind of keeping it up in place. Like one of the little pythons that are staked into the ground to kind of keep that down was seemingly upraised from the ground at great effort. And you can see there were small efforts made to do another one, and then it just gave up. But yeah, seemingly this little creature has been very busy. As at last you end your journey at the bridge, which is still chained off, with, to everybody but Amber, another set of names there. Russ and Tess, the seemingly fourth team presenting on the Gotta Catch 'Em All event. As you're now about 30 minutes till.
Oh, just you wait! I'll be back for you!
She stomps away.
Excellent. Yes. Bloodthirsty eyes, and vengeance will be yours one day. So you all kind of get your bearings. You know, you eat breakfast. Those of you who didn't glut yourselves on leftover hot dogs the night prior. And you find yourselves in kind of a commissary area in the main pavilion. Somebody serving very kind of American-esque breakfast. Lots of what?
Isaac's trying to get your attention.
Isaac's trying to get my attention. I don't hear him.
Yeah, I haven't been talking. I just didn't want the story to progress too far.
Okay, sure.
My intention for waking up early was to forage for apricorns. I wasn't allowed to finish my...
Oh, sorry, you're good. One thing that you will definitely be told, if this affects anything, is that foraging for apricorns here, this is technically private property. That's forbidden. However, you are allowed to pick up apricorns that have fallen to the ground.
Okay. Is that kind of the point of the festival? Is to do people go around and do that, or is it more just buy them?
Sometimes, yeah. It's like there's a certain amount of events and cool stuff that happens pertaining to the orchard itself. But it's also it's a symbolically appropriate place for this sort of meeting to occur. Kind of a celebration of Pokeball technology.
Okay. It's almost more like a spring festival or something.
A bit, yeah.
Well, in that case, his foraging would be more... He will want to see if there are any on the ground, but then he'll try and see if it's cheaper to buy apricorns and make them into Pokeballs. If not, he needs... I'm down to 1 Pokeball, so I need...
Totally.
Ideally, to as soon as possible.
If you had gotten here earlier on, if you'd beeline for the Apricorn Festival, there would actually probably be still a lot on the ground. But because it's kind of late in the festival, it's been picked clean for the most part. At least the fairgrounds.
In that case, he needs to buy what he can.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, apricorns are being sold. Absolutely. Yeah, you see apricorns, most of which are being sold for about 50 Pokedollars a pop.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it takes 1 to make a Pokeball still, right?
Yeah.
And how long does it take you to make a ball?
An extended action, so I'm assuming just an hour. That's why I was rising at the same time as Vigo.
Totally.
Well, I have $2,400, so...
How did you get so much money?
I have no... I've been
Jim.
hoarding it since I haven't been able to buy anything. Yeah. Because all the
I have
stuff I need to
3,200.
buy, we couldn't, so, yeah.
I must be missing money. Like I don't have nearly that much.
Were you
What
paid
did
for
I
the?
buy?
Were
Did
you
I buy
paid?
anything?
You bought a sleeping bag. But
Yeah,
you were
but that
you were
wasn't-
you were paid for the battle as well as the challenge. Did you get both?
I don't know.
Okay.
How,
We
how
can
much
mess
is
with
a
that
sleeping
later.
bag? Did we look into that?
We
Or
can check.
was that something that was in the book, or was that something we made up?
In the book.
It's in the
I think
book.
it's in the book.
There may have also been a custom price. So I'll have to check the session recording where you guys left Low Cloud Mine. 'Cause that's when it happened.
Has anybody sold anything?
No.
None of great value, I don't think, if anything.
Huh. So a sleeping bag is 1,000. We'll get to this at the end.
Yeah,
Let's-
sure.
Yeah. Alright, well then, if I were to buy 10 apricorns, I don't. It doesn't mention an upper limit of balls that I can make with the extended action. So, are you gonna impose a limit on that, or is 10 sufficient to craft in an hour?
I'll need to read it. But an extended action is an ambiguous and vague long time.
Okay.
Think about that being like, it's like downtime. Probably not just 1 hour. Maybe for a small extended action. I would say you could probably make 1 or 2.
Okay.
And you have the run. It's going to be 50 for just a normal red apricorn, which is basically a normal Pokeball, and then 75 for all the specialty balls. And you can browse the apricorn list and see what you want there.
That is dirt cheap. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, alright. In that case, let's just go on with the story, and I'll drop a list in the shopping.
Totally.
Yeah, I was about to say, where's the list of apricorn balls?
Well, apricorn balls are just one, but I'll
Well, I guess I meant the apricorn list or whatever.
No worries. I'll try to find that for you as well. But for now, yeah, we're just gonna.
Okay,
for
cool.
now, we're gonna say Mako has taken the full hour to just like buy a bunch of stuff, and probably like he checks in with you guys in a panic to ask for more money to buy more apricorn balls.
Nah, I'm loaded. Actually.
Okay.
I will let them know prices are dirt cheap. It's page 281.
Okay, sure.
For apricorn balls. But yeah, I will let them know, like, or honestly, he might have just left a note or just told Vigo if he's sharing a tent. Like, this is what I'm going to be doing. Prices are dirt cheap. I scattered it out last night. If y'all want, this is the place to stock up.
Old of you to assume he would notice a note.
Fair enough. That's why I would tell Vigo in person.
Oh, okay.
Or hand him the note if I made it to him. That's a very fair point, though. So for, yeah, I'll send my list of shopping then once I generate it.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, you guys.
272.
Amber primarily being the most disturbed. Everybody else in various degrees of distress or peace, depending on if you're Vigo or not, are all sitting at the commissary. Yeah, you eat some eggs and bacon, and are just chilling out. Yeah, as you're sitting around and you hear, "Look what the Meowth dragged in," and you all get flashed, which is like not helpful to your early morning dementia.
Nina, you won't believe what happened.
Yeah, Nina's standing in front of you, seemingly alone. Neither Tristan or Mr. Ike are near here at the moment. Yeah,
Nina, you gotta hear the story.
Like running up to Nina. She's like, "Oh, hi." Kind of puts a hand around you.
An Impidip has stole Amber's meteor badge. It's awful.
You see, like, Amber sitting at the table over there with her, like...
And you see Elaine getting all pouty because she's very sympathetic. Be like, need help.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think... Well, we were walking around, and it seems like that's happened to a lot of people. That's what Mr. Ike and Tristan were looking for. Seems like some Pokemon stole Mr. Ike's crochet set. I was trying to get him started, but he's a little bit of a slow learner, but he's very attached.
Elena tries to imagine him crocheting. She's like, imagine he's very technical with it.
He keeps wanting to make structural supports like you'd see on like a huge building. And there's actually a crochet for that, but that's not usually what you make, and that's the only thing he makes. Anyways, sorry for the jump scare. She kind of dangles the camera a little bit. I've just kind of been pulling the trigger before asking. Bad habit, sorry. She puts it away.
Can I see the picture? Can I?
Yeah, she pans it over to you, like the digital interface. Yeah, it's like most of you are like covering your eyes. Amber looks slightly demonic, and Vigo just has no idea what's happening. Like just
slightly
this
wall-eyed.
Yeah, just this blank face.
This is such a wonderful depiction of our team. I love it.
Pidgeotto is like a gasp. It's like very astonished.
In the background.
Good thing
I
it's
love
immune to ghost types and it moves. And Astonish would have done that.
I'm surprised you guys are here. She sits down with the rest of you. After a few seconds, her number comes up and she grabs what looks to be a pile of one biscuit and a bunch of eggs. The rest told me to get food for them. She lays it down. But yeah, didn't the river crossing like break or something?
Elaine puts one leg in the chair and stands triumphantly with her hands on her hips. She goes, "There's no raging river that can stop us, especially when there's Pokemon to catch." She points to the sky dramatically, and she's like, "Yeah, we just kind of stole a boat from the
I
Rangers."
played it! Vigo cries.
We didn't steal it. We had permission from the Rangers to use it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
she looked a little astonished, like, "Oh, stole. Oh, okay, didn't steal." Hi, I don't think I've met you. She reaches out a hand to Rune. I'm Nina.
Police escort.
Police? What did you guys do?
Elaine blinks. I don't think we're the ones in trouble.
They're not in trouble. They just almost died, and now they need to be watched more carefully.
You
Okay.
see a slight hint of trauma
Maybe,
cross over
and maybe
Elaine's
if you'd
face.
watched a little closer, maybe I wouldn't have been stolen from.
Amber blaming Rune.
We were asleep, Amber. What was Rune supposed to do?
I don't know.
No babysitter?
Maybe on patrol.
I can't. The cracking. I can't.
I'll look at Amber, like, pat her on the head. Just be like, if I patrolled all night, how would I join you for the catching contest?
I don't
I think that
pretend
is
to know how to do your job. That's what your training is for.
Okay, I can see I've stepped into something that, how about some coffee? Maybe not for Amber, though?
Maybe something calmer, like some chocolate milk.
Yeah, sure. I got you covered.
Yeah.
Runs over to the commissary. Seems to be explaining something to the middle-aged woman who's manning it. Yeah, after a couple minutes, you guys get some hot chocolate, some chocolate milk for Amber, and one coffee for Vigo because she says it looks like you need it.
This
Little
sounds.
does she know.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Has Vigo ever had coffee before?
Yes,
Oh, no.
you have.
Fantastic.
It's unclear what will happen. It's entirely possible that there is like no higher dimension that you can ascend into. And it just does nothing. It's also possible, like, it, like, depresses you because, like, it drops you off a cliff instead of your natural metabolism just doing its thing. And it's also possible that it makes you more hyper. So I'll kind of leave that to you, whatever roleplay you think sounds most fun.
Well, we should roll a d3.
Okay.
What's really funny is that with ADHD kids, if they drink coffee, it actually does the polar opposite. It calms them down. So it'd be funny to see Vigo being like completely straight-faced.
Actually, that might work for Mako.
So serious.
Yeah.
What was the first one that listed? It didn't do anything?
Does nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
But if you think there's another one that sounds more interesting, feel free to just take it. Yeah, here you go. You got some coffee.
I will roll that every time I'm given caffeine.
You like the taste, though. It's sort of this nice bitter thing, and you remember smelling it a lot back up in the city where you lived. It's definitely like a military beverage. A little more diluted than this, usually. Because supplies aren't all that common. Military tends to be a little underfunded, but... Yeah, it's good. I
smelled this a lot in the lab as well.
Yes, yes. You feel more grown up somehow having consumed this coffee.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, Vigo is now much more mature as he has had coffee, and that's something to do with grown-ups. I don't know.
I don't know why, but I imagine him like being clean shaven, like the bare-faced boy face, and then suddenly takes a sip of coffee and like a beard comes out. I don't know why. Sorry, forgive me.
I don't think you can be forgiven for that one. That is quite an image.
It's like Vigo suddenly became a man. I can't. Okay.
But yeah, you guys ate your food. Various degrees of franticness. A few minutes pass, and then Tristan and Mr. Ike enter in. Tristan looking a little bit bedraggled. Ike looking absolutely frantic. Tristan kind of raises a weak hand. Hey, look, it's Team Theme. As Mr. Ike falls in next to Vigo. My rival! You would not believe what has occurred to me today.
Vigo points, like, mouth full of bacon.
A wild creature has gotten between our sacred union. We must get to the bottom of this. Had I but finished my morning crochet, I would be the most alert and prepared for our rematch. But as is, he looks down. I am broken. And Nina, like, walks over, like, there, like, a little bit half-hearted.
After seeing Mr. Ike start crying, Elaine starts, like, getting watery-eyed with him. She's like, it's gonna be okay!
I'm gonna pat him on the back.
Give me those eggs! Starts shoveling them down. You realize most of the eggs were from Mr. Ike. Nina and Tristan split one of the biscuits and have a little bit of bacon. Yeah, Tristan goes, so, you guys doing the G-Chum?
Elaine.
Yes.
Elaine nods, but, like, looks very, very nervously to Amber, because she knows it's not going to be for the sake of catching Pokemon, other than one Pokemon in particular.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
Tristan, like, shoots a very tired thumbs up. Good to hear. I wouldn't worry too much about all the stuff. We think it's an impidimp, and after today, the chains are coming off, and people are going to be able to walk around the orchard, so even if we don't catch it today, we'll be able to hang around and try to find it.
Well, that's good, I guess, but we're gonna get it today.
He's
Amber's
like,
on a warpath.
I wish you the best of luck. We'll let you know if we catch it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. We'll get you your stuff back if we find it.
That old lady give you guys candy too?
Yeah, some butterscotch.
She, like, shows her little hoard.
You got butterscotch? We got Tootsie Rolls.
I got the strawberry bonbons.
You want to
I'll
trade?
trade you a few.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll trade.
Yeah, you just start piling it all. you kind of compile the hoard of candy and just start distributing.
Yeah, afterwards, Amber breaks out her mega stash and says,
You know, I've got some more luxury candy bars if you're in the market.
I mean, are you selling?
I mean, not really, but if you just had something interesting, you know.
Let me see what you got. Dude, you got a
she just,
Reese's.
like, shows her mass. Yeah, she just shows all the candy bars and stuff.
Nina, she's got a Reese's Crunch. Nina is like, well, I guess you better sell your soul. As she continues to comfort Mr. Ike. Okay, hold on. He starts rifling through. You guys found any Ultra Balls yet?
No, have you?
All right, give me all your Reese's Crunch, and he sticks an orange plated Ultra Ball onto the counter.
Orange plate?
Damn!
She is super stoked.
Totally. Yeah, go ahead and reduce your candy bar ration by 1.
Very good.
Yeah. You get an
Best
Ultra
trade of
Ball
my
from Tristan. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it orange plated because of?
Ultra Balls. That's just like the design on the front. It's kind of yellowish orange. Yeah.
I was thinking it was like uniquely modified so that Tristan knew it was like his ball or something.
Yeah, they're small variances, but yellow and orange is kind of the Ultra Ball color.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Tristan looks over. Don't judge me. It's my Ultra Ball.
There's no judging. I thought it was cool. Orange is my
Yeah.
favorite color.
He was directing that towards Nina.
Oh, Nina. Okay.
So have you competed in a Gotta Catch 'Em All before?
Have not seen a couple. We used to have these all the time back where I'm from. Kind of a good area for it.
Cool. Do they give you Pokeballs or do I need to stock up?
Usually they give them to you, but I don't know. This has all been pretty weird since the bridge collapsed. Some stuff you got like way more of. Some stuff you have way less of than you think you should. And this is like the 3rd or 4th day they've done these, so who knows? Do you know how it works?
No, I've never competed before.
Okay, pretty simple. They give you these things called festival balls, which are these little gray apricorn things. After you throw them and catch something, they lock. So you can actually carry a bunch of these because you don't actually have access to the Pokemon inside them after you caught them, okay? And then at the end, there's like a contest, and you get points based on the number of Pokemon you have. Also, you get points scored on eggs collected and fossils. So we've only found 1 egg so far.
The mention of fossil Vigo immediately perks up and like looks over, ignoring Ike crying, eating his eggs.
At the end, based on your placement, you get to keep a number of the Pokemon that you caught. If you score first, it's 3, runner-up is 2, and then everybody else gets 1.
Sorry, could you repeat the scoring? As far as who gets to keep
Yeah,
how many?
if you're first, you get to keep 3 Pokemon. Second is you get to catch 2, and everybody else gets 1.
Okay, got it.
And then all the Mon that aren't caught, or rather aren't kept, are re-released for tomorrow. So we've run into a couple a few times. They've kind of gotten wary to us, actually.
Like a couple Pokemon?
Yeah. Just if you see a Gligar, run.
Oh dear.
Is it dangerous?
He's actively massaging like the bridge of his nose as he discusses the Gligar.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I want to keep it fair, but there's like this cave system. Gligar like to hang out in there, and they're a little overleveled.
Oh my. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for the advice.
Totally. Oh, hey, other thing is, a couple days back, the makeshift center short-circuit. What you got is what you got. We just missed Mr. Ark's mobile center yesterday, and we don't got much juice left.
Wait, so was he basically saying the ATMs are down?
Yeah, there's no Pokemon Center. You can't heal your Pokemon digitally.
Oh!
I figured.
Did Henry?
Oh
pay
my
us in
goodness.
cash?
Yeah, well, they wanted to bring him in a med tech from Cirrus, but there's no bridge, so kind of throws his hands up.
Man.
Elaine will chime in. Do you guys have any mushrooms? I could potentially make some tinctures.
Oh, don't worry about us. We're good.
Elaine's trying to open her
We got a little
third eye
bit juice
over
in the mobile, but I'm just saying we can't help you guys out. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
The thought is appreciated.
Unless that creature comes for it next! Ike is like in between eating eggs. Mr. Ike, impidimps
Amber
are
goes from,
super
like-
small. I doubt he'll be able to carry it. Do not underestimate it. It's devious.
Evil knows no bounds.
Amber
That was
nods
a good
vigorously.
That
Takes
thing is a menace!
All right. You guys kind of finish your meal. Moments pass as Tristan looks at his smartwatch on his wrist. Pretty close to time. You guys already got everything figured out with the admin and everything, right?
No.
Oh, I'd recommend running. You want to go out there through the commissary. There's a little office over there. Has Jichi signage all over it. Talk to the guy with the big beard.
You have never seen Amber run faster in her life.
Yeah. You book
Very
it.
clumsily tries to keep up with her.
Sure. Yeah. You're moving pretty quick. I want both of you to roll athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Oh boy.
Time has come.
Very appropriate.
23.
As Elaine attempts to follow behind Amber and just face plants into a small pile of popcorn that was there from the day before. Your nose is filled with the sense of stale butter. As Amber is like dodging and weaving between crowds of people coming to eat breakfast. And Vigo gets up onto one of the tables and just high jumps over a group of people and just continues to sprint over and catches up with you and passes you and doesn't quite know where to go. And then you kind of point towards the reception desk as you look at the desk clock directly above it, which says 8:58. You smash into the desk and, like, slightly out of breath, do your role play.
Hey,
Yes, good thing.
we're here to sign up for the GCEAMPT. You know the thing. We're here for that. We have to get in because the Pokemon stole our things, and he's in the thing, and we signed up last night.
Okay, hold up. Looks at his list. Who are you? Are you Russ and Tess?
No, I'm Amber, and my party is coming.
Okay,
behind
you're Amber's party. Okay, I need to
correct.
ask you something. How many you got?
5.
Okay, here's how that works. You gotta agree to this. He holds out a sheet. Your party's only gonna be allowed to take in 6 Pokemon.
Okay, that's fine. We'll figure that out. Thank you.
All right, cutting it pretty close there, kid.
Well, I didn't
get
know
to
that
learn
there
we have
was.
to be
I figured the event. Anyways, but we did it. That's the important part.
Yeah, Tristan's
It's a
helping Elaine up at this point. You good?
I think I'm okay. If she's like blowing popcorn out of her nose,
Ooh, yeah. Did that at a movie theater in Sirius once. Not fun.
No.
Some kid yelled chicken jockey and everyone went nuts.
Yes,
full thing of popcorn too. That was not a fun date.
Oh, it was a date.
Aw. Yeah.
Let the record show, by the way, even though Mako is 12 years old, he is very ashamed of everyone who went to see the Minecraft movie. They made a fool of themselves. Mako, at least, was trained better than American.
We just assumed that Minecraft movie came out last week in the Pokemon world.
I couldn't remain silent anymore. I'm so disappointed.
We'll talk about it. I want to talk to you about it after.
Oh man.
Yeah,
fun discussion.
Hearing Tristan given that moment of vulnerability of like it being a date and he face planted in some popcorn, she like in this firm camaraderie plants a hand on his shoulder. She goes, "I bet it was very funny, and if I was there, I probably would have dove into the popcorn with you. Okay, bye now." And then she runs.
It's like,
By the way, where are Rune and Mako?
all right.
Are they coming?
I'm coming. I just
see you at the event.
Okay, good.
As Nina and Ike sitting there with Mako. So Mako, Nina says, "How are your burgers?" She looks at your fast food bag of various parts.
I assume Maka would just have been scarfing them down, say something like, "Oh, they're very good," in between that.
No, she's referring to the bag full of parts that you got from the junk dealer. Which is definitely not burgers.
Yeah, that was really cool. He was really nice, and he said his daughter, they used to belong to his daughter, and she's gone, and I found this, and he pulls out the Apricorn stem, and
I liked it right up until the point you said this. It's you can assume that you're still talking about burgers. They're just multi-year-old burgers.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, he'll just be kind of
It's like, that makes sense. Well, cool. So you dabble in Pokeball tech?
Yeah, my big sis taught me how to make them and repair them, and we didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so I just kind of stuck around her and just rebuilt all her Pokeballs for her. So when someone came to challenge her at the gym, she had plenty and they were in working order, and because people don't know this, that when the cameras stop rolling, but sometimes the Pokemon just won't come out of the balls, and she was telling me how she almost lost her gym one time because it almost forfeited because she just couldn't get her Pokemon out, and he'll just go
your
into
sister
rambling about
April, right? She's kind of like diverting a little bit.
Yeah, she's the coolest. And then he'll start rambling about big sis April.
Well, we're probably gonna fight her at some point, assuming we don't get eliminated super early. Any pro tips?
Oh man, she's really tough. But I don't know, you might be able to. She doesn't really even let me know a lot of her strategy. I just know kind of the basics.
Oh, good.
This one really cool, and then he'll kind of describe some of the Pokemon she's got, but I assume the parents and her taught me from a young age, like, guard what you say, and
yeah, like you probably know a little bit more than the most people for sure. You didn't sign an NDA or anything like that, but it's sort of common courtesy. Yeah, she's like, no worries. Silly me. I thought maybe I had an insider for a second. But no worries. She seems like a really cool person. I'm actually from Nimbus as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, earlier, before I got into all this, I actually had an opportunity to interview her, but she insisted on filming herself. Don't know how that ended. Probably some hardware destroyed, considering the circumstances. If I had to say, she kind of looks slightly traumatized at her own camera, like she's experienced it before.
Wait, so I'm a little lost. You're saying...
Yeah. So Nina had the opportunity to film something regarding your sister, but at the last second she canceled and filmed herself. And that's very in character for April because she wants to make sure the attention is directed to where she feels is most scientifically apt. There was actually a couple of different occasions. One of them, she ended up dropping the camera in the hydroelectric churn, which is the big wheel in the middle. Not on purpose.
Okay.
It just slipped.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Absent-mindedness runs in the family.
Yeah. Also, phones and water, even at the best of times, tend not to have... She's probably on phone 11 or 12 at this point.
Oh, I imagine. Can I roll? I forget what our equivalent of insight is. To see if Mako picks up on any resentment or like me as a player. I assume there's a possible angle of she wants to control the narrative, or at least other people will think that. And so, can Mako pick up on anyone kind of what people's opinion on his sister is?
Yeah, sure, man. Roll insight.
Is that a skill?
Intuition. Yeah, excuse me. Yep.
Intuition. Okay. Yes.
One of those in sounds. It's 6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a little bit in character, I suppose. Yeah, you're a little bit blinded because you kind of idolize your sister to an extent. So you don't have great knowledge. You don't sense like disrespect per se. But you don't know necessarily one way or the other. You know your sister is kind of renowned for being pretty intelligent. Maybe one of the more academically qualified gym leaders next to Professor Quentin. And people, especially other intelligent people like scientists, seem to respect that a lot, that she's willing to do this while also doing other things and trying to contribute to society.
I feel like the vibe I'm getting is that you tend to either love her or hate her for the most part.
Yeah, well, like it's a bit of a mixed bag. She's not that polarizing. She doesn't really have a huge fan base. And she's
more niche than polarizing, maybe.
Yeah, that would be a good way to say it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but she's obviously not bad. But she's so middle of the pack. Well, you know your sister is advanced league, so that's the second set of gyms.
Okay. So she's very middle of the road, very just like.
She's not offensive or particularly charismatic. She's kind of nerdy and introverted, and she focuses a lot on her own work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you're almost like your stereotypical gym leader, where she has her fan base, but not big enough to like transcend what people love her specifically for.
But also, all these gym leaders are untested. You know, all of the rep they've kind of been building up has been from actions they've already performed in their communities. There hasn't been any advanced league battles yet. Everybody's still an amateur for at least another couple weeks.
Interesting if we were the first official team to challenge her. Mako, realizing that probably for the first time, will probably redouble his efforts to try and become the first one to really challenge her, because that would make for a great story, both in and out of character. New quest unlocked for Mako.
Nice, man. Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, if you rush it down, it would be one of the first advanced league gyms that are getting a hit up because it's closer to Cirrus than anything. But hey, give it your best shot, man. But yeah, you kind of idle chit chat a little bit more for the next couple minutes. As you guys are, as specifically Amber and Vigo are signing the little pamphlet, you see another guy rush up, looks youngish, kind of mid to late teens. Slicked back, blonde hair. Kind of a rugged, slightly dusty-looking appearance, very practical attire, out of breath. Raises his hand, and the administrator with the beard says, "You Russ?" He goes, "Yeah." "Okay, I need you to sign this. Just the two, right?" He says, Yeah. He runs over, just like scribbling as fast as he can, cutting it pretty close as it flips over from 8:59 to 9 o'clock as he pushes the papers forward. He looks over at you guys. "Hey, you're for the Jichi?"
For the best part.
That's right. We're here for the hunt.
Name's Russ. Don't mind me. Little asthma. Holds out his hand.
Billy grabs
She,
it.
she's. Oh yeah, there you go.
Amber also grabs. Actually, Elaine will grab the other hand if she sees Amber going for one
Have
hand.
mercy.
Yeah.
This
They'll
poor,
have-
this poor man.
Yeah, sure. Like you like kind of like an awkward one where you're both going for it. Yeah.
If you find an impidimp, it has our things,
Bring me its head and badge.
and we want it.
an impidimp, aren't those like the little like gremlin things from Galar?
I've never
Oh.
seen one myself, but they are
I've
the
seen
worst Pokemon I know of.
What happened?
Tried to kill you.
It stole my meteor badge. Do you understand how deep of a wound that is?
Wait, you're trainers.
That's right.
Me too. Me and Tess. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. Is it just you two? Vigo kind of like being ignored in the background as he's just kind of staring off.
Elaine points at Vigo, going wall-eyed again. She goes, "He's one of them. Another one's wandering around somewhere."
Oh wow,
Yeah,
four
Marco
to
was
four,
trying
huh?
to be here on time.
Yeah, we were
I thought-
lucky. Oh, is Vigo with us?
I don't know
Oh.
about Vico. Mako was trying to be. I was confused on where this conversation was taking place. That
This
he
This
is-
is at the tent where we
Yeah,
signed.
we're in the big purple pink.
Oh, yeah. Mako tried to be there on time, if not faster.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the conversation took place where I had to be at 9 o'clock. Was that what the athletics check was for? Was to get there in time?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, gotcha. All right, 20.
Oh, I didn't know we
Yeah,
had to make a check for that.
Nope.
That was a
You're
check.
you're good. And two people showed up and were able to do it. One of them was Amber, and it's Amber's party, so she's the one who really needed to succeed.
Oh,
The two people who signed by name got there.
I will just say, since no one answered it in the chat, do we have a time that we want to shoot for?
Yeah, up to you
Because
guys. 10 o'clock my time right
I
now.
did promise some other friends I'd be back online with them. So we probably don't want to do the challenge tonight since we've already gone for 2.5-ish hours.
I would like to put out there that you knew this was happening.
I did. I also know that
So,
we go for 3 hours.
Sure. Yeah, we do normally go for 3 hours. So we've gone for about 2. Do we want to go till 11 p.m. CST? Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay, so we could potentially start it. There's not that much roleplay left to do, so yeah, all right. But I mean, we can get to like the real meat of it next time. All right, so moving on. Yeah, you meet Russ. He kind of wheezes out that he and his partner overslept. We rushed to get here. And yeah, he says, "All right, well, I guess I'll see you guys over there. When is this thing starting?"
Right now.
The bearded guy is like, "Well, it's supposed to start right about now, but I got a couple things to process now. Let's say 10 minutes. Grab all your friends and gonna move on. Hang out around that gate area."
All right, guys. We need to pick our mons because we can only bring in 6. I'm assuming now we're just gonna huddle together. It's gonna be all 5 of us.
Yeah. Do we have any? Do we heal after Route 2, or
No.
did
You
they
have
go
not.
to you back?
You have not, yeah. You are reliant on your own
Okay.
pharmaceuticals and stuff available to you right now.
Also, with long rests, they do heal. I think like an eighth.
One long rest, so
So there's resting, which is like a state that you can be in whenever nothing significant is happening, and it's a little unclear on how exactly that works because I don't think it's ever directly spelled out. I'll look into that again.
Please.
I thought I put it in
maybe?
easy rules.
Okay, here we go. Sleep and extended rest help restore hit points when the Pokemon trainers. Any period of time in which a trainer or Pokemon does not engage in rigorous physical or mental activity. Rest usually means sleep, or at least sitting down for a while. Meals can count as rest. Traveling for extended periods of time almost never counts as rest. First 8 hours of rest each day, Pokemon and trainers that spend a continuous half-hour resting heal 1/16 of their maximum hit points. They continue to rest further after this time, but the hit points will not be regained.
Yeah, I've already posted it in general if anybody else wants to take a look at it. The parts that are important are highlighted.
Nice.
4 continuous extended rest, complete remove persistent status conditions, restored trainer strained AP, daily signals regained during extended rest. Okay, yeah. Like everybody should have AP and everything back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're missing HP, restore a 16th of that.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
for every 30 minutes or just for the one rest?
We've
Because he rested for a whole night.
long rested.
That's what I was
yep.
asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you just get the 1/16 back with one time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I get my AP back though, so that's good. I got the one AP I used.
Does anybody have 2 Pokemon they think would be particularly well suited for this challenge?
So again, that is a total of 6 across the team.
Yeah, that was my thought process. Does anybody feel like they have 2 good assets rather than just 1?
For the purpose of this,
yeah.
For specifically tracking the Impidimp,
There's
Bishop
Holly.
is the only one that I have.
Right.
In
Well,
terms of
since-
combat, yeah, I only have Rook and Bishop really good right now. Queen and Knight took a lot of damage in the last encounters.
I have type diversity if we want to use electric plus one of my water Pokemon, but I don't get no bound twos.
Yeah, my thought process is probably either going for like, I was thinking Cuddles or Nidorino here. They're both, I mean, Nidorino is really like has a lot of types. He's got flying type, fighting type, and poison type attacks. But
he's
then
also got
Cuddles,
a lot of out of combat use, doesn't he?
Nidorino.
Well, like between Cuddles and Nidorino, we would have more bases covered if you were the one.
Oh, sure.
Two, not...
Yeah, I'm happy to. I was also
my
thinking
guy's-
if we're worried about Gligar, I could take a Puddle, or you could take a strong water type, Isaac.
Yeah, I can almost certainly take a water type. I don't anticipate needing electric unless we encounter like flying Pokemon.
Well, there is a big pond over here, I will say.
I was gonna mention I could take Marsh Tomp. So for water ground coverage.
Oh, there you go. And then I could take electric.
Okay. Okay, I like this.
Hey, DM?
Yeah, man.
So, I had forgotten, which is kind of in character, that I have a first aid kit.
Sure.
Which I can use as an extended action to spend 1 AP and heal. Based on like a medicine check.
Okay, and it's like that's an expendable, right? A first aid kit.
I don't believe so. To this day it is.
Okay.
Actually,
I believe it's similar to like a chemistry kit kind of thing. Where
Interesting. Sure.
as long as I have these tools. I would have done that last night if I knew I had this.
Sure. Roll me a d20 and 11 and up, you can do it.
Who was it that was hurt? Was it Queen?
Queen and Knight are both very low. Queen from
So-
damage in the fighting, and Knight, when I captured him, he was low HP and paralyzed.
Got it. So, are you bringing? Well, no, you bring in Rook. If it's that much of concern, would Rune have brought it up last night? Because the combat that you had was separate from where Elaine was.
Rook didn't, or Queen didn't get hurt. She did get hurt badly during that. Like I think she went down to
That's not
just
what I'm
about half.
asking
It was
about.
during the Lady Ba that she got hurt. But I wasn't too worried about it because I assumed we would heal in town or when we got to the festival.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys about 8 minutes of prep time just to kind of figure out what strats you might be trying to utilize here.
Well, here. I'll post this. I have 2 uses of it. We could do it last night if Rune brings it up. So, like, if we're talking about which Pokemon we're gonna bring in, if Rain brings it up, then Elaine can use this now. Or she could have done it last night. Depends on when the topic would have been brought up. You just have to let me know if it's being used so I can mark it off.
To that extent,
On what we want the most, because Queen has Dark type, Flying type, and normal coverage. Getting stabbed from Flying type, whereas Rook has Water Ground coverage, getting stabbed from both.
Honestly, the Rook play sounds kind of goated. Although I guess you'd be weak to grass, but we can handle that.
Supposed to be fainted currently.
No one's fainted right now.
It's at 0 HP.
Yeah,
Who
it's
is?
0 HP.
It is?
Rook is?
Probably
Yeah.
just hasn't been updated.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think Rook's been out in combat yet.
Versus the Ladybug.
Out in combat at all. No, Rook never went out to combat.
Oh, it
It was-
was not. Yeah, not Queen.
Yeah.
Got it.
Queen never fainted. I switched Queen out for Bishop in mid combat before
Yeah.
she could get fainted.
Got it.
Yeah, no, he's supposed to have all his
Okay. I think
HP. Do
that-
not
that
know
sounds-
why he doesn't.
That sounds right.
I
Okay,
think
why
she-
don't we have? I like where we were starting earlier. Let's keep Rook. Let's keep Calamari. They both have pretty balanced stats, so they should be good roundabout as far as not taking too much damage, but still being able to dish out some good DPS, good coverage if need be. What are you thinking, Vigo?
Probably Critics. Over
Pretty
last.
much. Okay, cool.
Uh,
That
Also,
would cover
Critics
grass
coming
type
out,
stats,
right,
a
with the-
major weakness for me.
Mhm.
Yep, I think that's good. And then Elaine's bringing Holly, right? Which is
Yeah, this-
psychic.
No,
Psychic
that's
fairy.
that's Zoe. Holly is
Oh,
the
sorry.
the ferret that was looking for the impidimp earlier.
Okay, got it. Okay, you're right.
But
Okay,
if
so
you want, I could bring Zoe as my second, just so that we have the psychic Pokemon.
yeah, I could go either way on it. I'm happy to. I don't want to like. I'm not trying to be selfish here, but it does kind of make sense for me to have two, just because I'm the juggler, so I'm used to being able to swap,
Ah, yeah,
and I can gain the buffs from it.
I agree.
So
Haven't
I
faced-
like. Yeah, because otherwise I don't get that opportunity. So I like the idea of bringing Night Arena for the coverage. If we think we need bug coverage, I can bring in Stinger for a hard hitter. Otherwise, I could bring in Cuddles, but Cuddles we already have the ground type covered, so we'd really only be adding Rock type from rollout. So I'm not super sold on that. But like,
Yeah, if you're set on
And
bringing
for-
two, I would recommend Stinger and Nidorino.
okay.
Because does Stinger have any flying type moves?
No, she has bug type, normal, and poison type.
We'd be bringing double. Well, Nidorino has flying type coverage and nothing else, so we're covered for our
Yeah.
grass type weakness.
Oh, for
Or
sure,
my
for
grass
sure.
weakness.
Yeah. Alternatively, if we wanted a more balanced option, because Stinger is really like high speed, high damage. Ample has bug type, and it does have spark for backup electric, but we've kind of got that covered already.
The reason I kind of want Stinger is that ability to fly, since I'm not bringing Queen, and I don't think
Oh,
anyone
that's a
else
good
has a
point.
flying.
Yeah, we don't. Okay, that's okay, so I like that. So I'll bring Nidorino and Stinger then. That was a good call. Do we have anyone that can put out status moves? As far as capturing these things?
I don't have any.
About 3 minutes left.
There's Ruby.
Okay.
Ruby can put out Stun Spore or Poison Powder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you were wanting to do your juggle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... I could just
Spectacle.
go... Yeah, we could do Spectacle, so I could do... I guess it just matters on how much we care about the flying. Although...
Calamari have Thunder
he's
Wave.
Grasp Poison.
He does.
Let's see.
So we have paralysis with Thunder Wave.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I no longer have
Okay.
lockdown, so I can't make Thunderwave bigger, but
How does it have +1?
oh, he might still have. Yep, he has one. Good call. One raised special stage from last attack or last battle. Actually, let me make sure these are all reset as well.
I wish Parasect had a wider move pool right now, but he doesn't. Tragic.
I wish
Okay,
I
I think
had a few more moves, but
Yeah.
Rook's coverage right now actually isn't terrible. Like Mud Slap, Mud Shot, Water Gun,
Mhm.
Foresight, and Tackle is a pretty good
Okay.
one.
Let's stick with what we got. We can do it.
I feel pretty confident with the team that we have.
Yeah, I like it.
Why does Calamari have +1 accuracy?
Oh,
Is it like
focus
ability that's
might have
giving that?
been on him as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep, accuracy bonus. I'll take that off. Good call.
Okay, about a minute, I'm going to start asking everybody what your Pokemon picks are.
I think we're good.
We got it.
Not unless you need the minute.
We have to wait for the minute so that we can
Well,
build
can I use it
tension
to
and
have you
double
confirm
gifts.
whether my shopping list is correct? I assume I can't buy Ultra Balls, but I don't even know if you'll let me buy Gray Balls. But I would like to have specialty balls in the challenge.
Definitely. We'll handle that towards the end of the session or after, just to keep things nice and clean, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think stuff that we catch with our Pokeballs would count anyway, so...
Right, but if
It would not,
if I
yeah.
have the opportunity to catch it for myself.
Can we catch things here? Like with our own Pokeballs?
No.
Okay, I figured probably not.
Okay. Then it is irrelevant. Fair enough.
Okay. Let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
We
Change music a little.
Is stuff like grappled or stuff is not a condition, right?
It doesn't count as a condition for
Yeah.
the checks, no.
Huh. What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's
classified
specifically
as?
volatile status effects.
Okay.
Actually, let me check that. What are the...
You all get lined up next to the large chain gate. As the bearded man wheels out a cart with various small drawers and other such things kind of wrapped up in it. He says, "All right, everybody. Not so rainy today yesterday. My name's Matt Mays. I'm the proprietor of this area, the administrator of this GC. Everybody know the rules. Do I need to recap?"
I could probably use a recap.
Mako say that?
Yeah, I could probably use a recap.
Sure thing. All right, so First off, I will be collecting entry fees now. That was in that bit of document you signed earlier. Just $150 a person. I'm gonna be walking. He walks kind of like from left to right. As I'm doing so, I'll take some time to explain some things. This is a Jichi, a Gotta Catch 'em All event. This is specifically to catch Pokemon, not to abuse Pokemon, and maybe not even to keep the Pokemon. Most of these have been contributed by the community and other institutions. These are pre-caught Pokemon, some of which have been trained to act in certain ways, provide certain hazards, and in general, provide an interesting viewing experience for everybody up here on the pier. He gestures to sort of the edge of the fairground here. Something I mentioned at the beginning is that this whole area of the fairground is actually significantly more elevated than everything to the south. So from here, you can actually see a whole lot of the area, including the pond, what looks to be a small appraised area like a well, lots and lots of trees, as well as a kind of a relatively dead spot, kind of brownish, blackish, to the southwest. So, each team will be judged based on the number of Pokemon they have catched. Eggs and fossils are included in this. All of them count as one. In the event of a tie, each Pokemon will be evaluated for its level. All levels added up. Eggs are 5, fossils are always 10. And then each Pokemon will be evaluated based on its level. Score will be added up to break any ties. If there is still a tie, it will be a decision. Yours truly. I'm passing out your passes right now. He collects the 150 from each of you. I'm assuming each of you are giving it to him.
Yes.
And he gives each of you each team, I should say, a slip. You are allowed to look at that now and discuss it amongst yourselves. If you wish to trade with a fellow team, you're at liberty to do that. That's a rule we instituted just a couple days ago. That is your starting area. You will not encounter any Pokemon or make any moves towards the other teams during that time. Once you've arrived at your starting area, you will fire this smoke canister. He hands it to Vigo.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which is color-coded to your pass, which will indicate you are ready to start. If you fire your flare and you are not in your designated area, you are disqualified. If you fire your flare and not all of you are in the designated area, you are disqualified. If at any point during the duration of the GC, we will be watching you, and if your team is not all in one area at the same time, you will be disqualified. This is a handicap rule to help protect the smaller parties. Additionally, you will only be affording 6 Pokemon in the field. I'll be collecting all excess Pokeballs to keep you nice and honest. Don't worry. It's very secure. He pulls out a drawer, and it kind of has like a very like Pokemon Center Vault-esque look to it, with a slot for each Pokeball. Each drawer is a team. No way to get them mixed up. He lets you guys deposit what Pokemon you are not using. So, at this time, I'm going to ask my players what your team consists of. I'm going to go down the list. Amber, what are you running?
I'm running Stinger, the Beedrill, and Nidorino, who I still have forgotten to give a nickname to.
No worries. So Amber running 2. Elaine, what are you running?
Holly.
Okay. That's your Furret. Okay, just Holly. Vigo, what are you running?
Frigibax.
Rune, what are you running?
This Marsh Tomp.
Rook the Marsh Tomp. Okay, cool. And Mako.
Calamari, the electric.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all the other Pokemon are deposited for safekeeping until the end of the GC. Okay, so you heard me mention battles earlier. This is a battle-free zone as long as we have started. We are using league proportionate rules. What that means is he pulls out a sheet of paper and hands it to you. That the smaller party has priority. They field the number of Pokemon they are comfortable with fielding, and you can match that. You cannot go over that. If they escalate, you can escalate. Again, this is a handicap for the smaller parties. Otherwise, we'd have teams of 5 sweeping the floor with everybody all the time.
Wait, so you can or cannot battle in the zone? I thought he said it was a battle-free zone.
It is a battle-free zone. That is to say, you are allowed to battle. As in weapons free. But you are, as the larger party, you are not allowed to escalate. You can only throw out a Pokemon to match the smaller party, if they even choose to battle. If they have one Pokemon out, they're probably battling a wild Pokemon, in which case you can send out one to kind of contest, right?
Okay.
Can we contest catches?
Absolutely. Yeah, he explains that whoever's ball hits the Pokemon, it's yours. And these are color-coded. As he plops each team, these are going to be, I'm going to double-check my notes here. Each team... Where is this? I had this listed.
Nitz was green, ours was purple. I think Russ and Tessa's was orange, or was that Vigo?
That is
How many colors were
that
available?
That is the color, by the way. But what I was looking for was the quantity of the balls. It was 8 Pokeballs. There you go.
Okay, cool.
So you can score a maximum of 8 from catching, but you can also find eggs and fossils, so you can potentially raise it higher than that.
Okay.
Forgive me. Did he say we could keep the eggs or fossils that we found, or are those donated as well?
He's going to explain the reward system. Okay, at the very end, all your Pokeballs, which are color-coded, are put in this big tub. We document them, make sure everything is up to code, nothing weird going on, and then we are going to count them. You get a number of points equal to the number of balls filled with wild Pokemon you caught, as well as any eggs or fossils you collected. This elevates your score. If you come in first as compared to your other team competitors, you will be able to take home 3 Pokemon. That includes fossils or eggs. A fossil or egg counts as 1 Pokemon. In the event of a large team, you will be deciding amongst yourselves. That almost covers it. Any questions, friends?
I have a feeling Mako understands this, but I as a player don't. You're saying we're able to move outside of our designated area, but we have to all be inside of it when we shoot the flare?
Yes.
So we all have to start in the same area, but once we have fired our flare to signal that our entire team is in our designated area, we can move as a team outside of it.
Yes, that's correct.
But we
David's
have
got
to
it.
stay together.
Okay. So you guys were the last ones, or one of the last ones to sign up here. So you have slightly reduced options. I want you to go normally D3, please.
Who do you want to roll?
Whoever wants to.
The flare gun. I will do it.
Wait, did you say you were?
1.
Man, it's always 1 on the under D4 die with you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Jeremiah, you open up your slip, kind of keeping it really close to your chest when you hear it's secret, but you can communicate with your team. The inside is blue and says pond. So you will be starting near the pond. All right.
Which means that we need to immediately go down this well. Okay.
I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
He pulls out a flap on the back of the The cart he has, it's actually really well detailed and outlined topographical map of the immediate area that clearly outlines each of the areas. Find where you need to start on the map. Memorize that. If you need to take a picture, take a picture. And if you need to backtrack to check it out again, it'll be here at the end of the bridge.
What areas are on the map? I assume they're all listed?
Definitely. They are, yes. So the first area is the plateau.
Okay.
The Apricorn maze.
Okay, so like the start, basically.
The burnout zone. The Apricorn orchard. Pond. River basin. And the Nevermelt area.
Man, I would have loved to be in the river basin.
You can still go there. You just don't start there.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can go to the cool icy place too. So
Yeah. So these are the sections that we can go to, but only as a team.
Yes. Yeah, and those are the different starting areas as well.
Oh.
So if you had signed up earlier, you would have been able to roll a full d6 to decide which of the starting areas you go in, but some of the areas have already been claimed.
But he said we were allowed to trade starting areas with the other teams.
You can, yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you all 5 minutes to get ready. And then I'm going to open this chain link fence and we're going to go in. The entire match is going to take place over the course of 2 hours. At which time you're going to hear a big old air horn. If we see anybody doing anything or catching anything after the air horn is sounded, you are going to be disqualified. And yes, we have tested it. It is audible from anywhere in the area.
I'm of the opinion that we stick to the pond just because its location is wonderful. Like, it puts us right in the middle of anywhere. Assuming that wait, did we say the well was a place?
no.
No,
But
okay.
we can
but-
go there if we want.
Yeah,
You know,
presumably
there's
that's how
other
you
level
get
players
down to the river basin, or is this
I
like?
just assumed we jumped.
Maybe. Who knows?
Is there?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's not.
so the map doesn't denote.
Yeah, you have instructions on your slip to get to the pond. It gives you precise directions to get to the pond, and it outlines the area on your slip, kind of like by a silhouette. So presumably, if you had one of the lower areas, it would give you directions to get there.
Is a Team Knit nearby?
Yeah, everybody's here. The only unfamiliar face,
cool.
there's 2 unfamiliar faces. There is Tess of the apparent Russ and Tess duo. Tess is another blonde-haired woman. They appear to be approximately the same age, like maybe 16, 17, both. Both of them kind of have like this rugged, slightly dirty appearance. Highly practical survival clothing. Slightly tan. Another guy is presumably Jackson P, who is a guy about Rune's age, actually, and similarly skinned. He has big, baggy tan cargo pants, and he has a decent amount of bulk to him. And shaved, buzz cut, wearing a gray shirt. Hey guys, nice to meet you, Jackson. Hopefully we don't meet. I'm terrified.
Where's your starting zone, Jackson?
He
avoid each other.
He kind of gives you a bit of a mischievous glance. How much you paying?
Very funny. I'm just joshing with you.
Sorry, I like my area.
They're not ready to get you.
You can talk to the others though.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
She walks over to Team Knit.
Where would we want to get the Nevermelt or the basin?
I like.
I definitely think it'll be.
Basin.
I definitely think it would be cool to get down there for sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
At some
yep,
point, but
yep.
also that one red tree is just like
Oh yeah.
something about
It's
it
calling
just
our
calls
name.
to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you approach, Tristan says, "You guys get Basin or Nevermelt?"
No, we just got the
No.
pond. Where'd you
Ah, orchard.
Oh, okay, we'll be nearby then. Well, if you need any help catching Pokemon, we'll be in the area.
She gives him a wink.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, well, you see, they want to go down there, so that must be a good spot. So, there we go.
Ooh.
What about you guys?
She mentions over to Russ and Tess.
We got Plateau, and we're keeping it. I was kind of afraid of a climb, with my lungs being the way they are the last couple of days. So, sorry guys.
It's alright, I was just curious.
DM, would
sorry, good.
would the Apricorn orchard be deep enough in that I might actually find some apricorns still? If we were to go to that area?
Yeah, potentially. And like this whole area down here is like potentially way more better to forage in because it's a little more restricted. Yeah. So to clarify, yeah, you're allowed to you're allowed to forage. You're not allowed to pick apricorns. Anything else like mushrooms are fair game. Apricorns specifically are a protected crop here. This is actually something that is farmed for the livelihood of Tenebrous Village. Any apricorns on the ground are prone to rotting, especially in the recent rainy weather, so you're actually encouraged to pick them up if you see any.
Nice. Okay. Waste not one. Not.
Austin, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Would I know, just based on my past knowledge of them, where the Impidimp would most likely be?
Ooh, can I aid him on that with Pokemaniac?
Yeah. I mean, you can just roll Pokemaniac if you'd like.
Okay.
Now that you know what Pokemon it is.
Me or Rune?
I mean, I was gonna roll Psychology if I could.
Okay, yeah, Psychology would also is that intuition? What is the special component?
Pokemon Education.
I believe it's the feature that lets you use Education as opposed to.
That would be very appropriate because you'd be able to kind of get in this thing's head.
Is yours rank 5 or rank 4, David?
Rank 4.
Nice.
Okay, so it matters not. I'm rank 4 as well.
Okay.
I will stick with
12.
Roll a psychology check. Nice man. Yeah.
If
Nothing really pops out as being dark type stomping grounds. It's likely just kind of hanging out wherever it can, or maybe in the dark of some trees. Nothing is really evident. Maybe Tristan mentioned some caves. Maybe the cave, wherever that is. Aside from that, you can only assume it will find you. That's your hope, anyway.
I don't know if Ring would know, but I know that they are normally in forest areas because they normally spawn in, specifically in Galar, in the Grimwood Tangle, which is a mushroom-heavy forest.
Yep. Okay, so
I don't know.
Yes, that's generally true as well. There's lots of mushrooms in the burn zone, so who knows? So the team Nick kind of talking amongst themselves. We'll trade you guys if you want Orchard.
Amber like scratches her chin.
I don't know. What's in it for us? The pond seems pretty good.
Isn't that where the Grimmsnarl is? Or the Grimmsnarl? Wow.
We don't know that.
What was it that Tristan was telling us about? The Gligar.
Oh, yeah.
He mentioned that the Gligar was in the cave, or in the well, or something like that.
Yeah, he said it was in a cave. Yeah.
I'm assuming the well is the entrance to the cave.
I think we should keep pond.
Yeah.
Up to you guys. Orchard's pretty well located. If you're after grass types or bug types, that's probably where I would go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We are
Thanks.
trying to figure out what we want to get from this, like.
Oh, fair point.
Might be affected by
Specifically
which
eggs.
we want to add to the pool.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
if we're thinking fossils, I mean,
The well would be great for fossils.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, no, that'd be
I
the
feel like the
river.
river basin would be the best place for
Yeah.
fossils.
Oh, 100% river basin. Yeah, that makes so much sense.
I mean, realistically, there's just no bad options.
There's
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
It's-
everything here definitely has the potential to win. Right?
Question,
Yeah.
how do we get down to the river basin from here?
Jump.
We have to figure it out.
Oh,
Apparently, if we had gotten the slip for that or the Nevermelt area, we would have gotten specific directions for it, but...
Yep. By the way,
So
all the
far,
areas are
no.
potentially difficult to navigate, too. To get to most of these places, you have to navigate through the maze, and your slip gives you specific directions through the maze to get to your area.
And how long do we get to look at the map that he gave us, or showed us at least?
Yeah, you get the full 5 minutes, and he said you can take pictures or whatever you want. Like it's not classified information. It's just like a topographical map of the area.
Photographer, yeah, photographer Rune.
I will be taking a picture of the
Archiver?
map.
Yeah.
Nice. Got a camera on hand?
Always.
Nice.
I'm a chronicler. I kind of have to.
Totally.
Chronicler, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to do any kind of recall knowledge check to try and figure out certain things about the map again.
Nice.
Fabulous.
Do we want to trade starting positions with Team Knit, but take a picture of the directions to the pond from the maze?
Well, I mean, presumably, if we're starting in the maze, we get instructions through the maze, right? So
We just get instructions to get to the maze.
They're starting in the orchard, not the maze. The maze is up here. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. If we take pictures of how to get to the pond, then we'd have directions from the maze to the orchard and the pond.
Gotcha.
The thing I could see the starting in the orchard, because what if, like, and this is the optimal happy path, okay, which is to say that not necessarily likely, but in a perfect scenario, right? Starting in the orchard means we could work one direction the entire time. So we could maybe start here, go through the dead, right? So like basically, let me see if I can map this out.
I mean, we could even start.
Bam, 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 bam.
I like that a lot, actually.
The thing is just like time constraints. Is there really enough time to do all the areas? Like on the map, it looks feasible, but I don't know if the map is to scale. I don't know if this is, like if it's realistic. 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. Yeah.
What if we did it like this instead? Do we
Skip the burnt area?
Yeah. Do we really
Is there any benefit to more areas? Really? Because like we
We're
only
a specific target as well.
Well, it's really just variety as far as choice is concerned as to which Pokemon we get to keep afterward. But I agree, like, the thought process, I guess I would agree, is probably that all the areas are just as ripe with Pokemon as the others. So...
Because this is interesting and I like this kind of conversation, I'm going to give you one more minute to decide whether to trade or not. And then we're just going to go, okay? Because we've taken too long with this.
I would say, either way, I like trading to start in this area. I think finding the culprit is a good place to start. And then from there, like I said, we work our way, whichever direction we want to take. We're hitting lots of interesting stuff, so I think it behooves us to try and get
Okay.
I will take pictures of the of our slip, so that we have instructions to get through the maze to get to pond, and then we will trade our slip with Team Knit to have the orchard instead.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? We like the orchard. You can have the pond.
Yeah, they tag amongst themselves? Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Pretty smart with the photo, by the way. Nina did the same thing. Yep. Hands it to you.
You guys will be good competition. Good luck out there.
Yep, Tristan,
Find
a little bit
that imp.
Tristan, a little bit less tired now. Gives you a thumbs up, and the smile fades as you say, "Find that imp." Please don't remind Mr. Ike. As Ike lets out a bellow of freedom as he prepares for the chain link fence to be opened.
Very good.
Well, we got to find Mr. Ike's catching kid or whatever they said. So
Okay, Mr. Matt Mays walks up and unlocks the fence and opens it up for you. Careful on the bridge. Recently topped off, but just watch for slippery spots and all that. Yeah. All right. So you guys are going to the orchard instead of the pond this time.
As we're crossing the bridge,
Yes.
Vigo would take a quick peek over the edge.
Totally.
Just
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like dried up riverbeds
Yeah.
are a fantastic place to find fossils.
Oh, my bad.
And like this is definitely his area of expertise. So, can I like roll something to see if this is a particularly good spot, or if I even spot anything on the way over?
Thank you.
And wow,
Did one of you make that drawing?
That was my bad.
okay.
I was trying to draw a ruler.
No worries. Yeah. Roll a perception check, man.
Okay.
while he's doing that,
Oh, my God.
can
Great.
I roll perception to try and see if there's any Pokemon flying, any placed from this higher vantage point that looks like, trying to make use of my bird's eye view while we have it.
Perception check.
Thank you.
I got a 7.
I too am on board with this idea of scoping out. I'm gonna look for an entrance to the riverbed area. Like how is there
assisting
any
with that.
evidence
I'm doing
of
it myself.
how? Yeah, if there might be like a cave down at the bottom, or if there's stairs or anything that I can find. That's what
Sure.
Amber is gonna be looking for.
Guess what I'm going to ask for? Perception.
A perception. check.
Okay.
Guys, just Amber with that.
You can't assist her, but you can roll something else. If you wish.
Not perception, or just a different perception check?
Different perception check, yeah. Or probably something else as well. Since
Okay.
Amber's kind of got that part of the bridge sort of locked down on your left. Okay.
While she's looking for entrances to the river base, I'm looking to see any paths in the maze that lead specifically to the dead area. The burned area. Just to have a path, just so I know the path that we can take through there, or from the burned area to another area as well.
Okay, so you're looking down at the burned area, the
Map
burn
out the area in my
the burn
mind.
zone. Okay.
Yes.
So what's your specific question?
I'm looking for paths through the maze that lead to the burn area.
Okay.
As well, from the burn area to the plateau, and basically I'm trying to map out the entirety of the maze from our bird's eye view.
Okay, yeah. Totally, yeah. Yeah, as you're walking over, you're getting a pretty good eye at the maze. It's thick in areas, and it does. It is like a little bit tough. Like there's enough overgrowth that like not everything is perfectly visible, but the maze is designed in such a way that as you walk in, you kind of have a bit of an idea of where to go initially. Yeah, roll a perception check. You're trying to figure out ways to circumnavigate the maze and sort of keep that in the back of your head.
19. I will also say, if it helps, I do have the keen eye ability at the moment.
Sure, circumnavigating the maze into the burn zone is what you were looking for. Sure, yeah. You think you spy a decent route. Okay, so to resolve everything else, Vigo with your 7 in perception. You're looking at the bottom of the river basin. It's probably a good 120 feet down. It's difficult to tell. There's lots of little aberrations, stones, bits of trees, actually like full-grown trees that look like they were starting to grow down here. Probably some kind of waterborne fauna that has since drawn up. You have large pools of stagnant water, tree trunks that have fallen down. All kinds of stuff down there. There's lots of little bits and pieces that look like maybe it could be promising, like a Coke can or something like that. It's just too high up to tell. Nothing big that's obvious. Okay, Mako, you're looking specifically at what again?
Aerial.
Aerial stuff. Yeah, dude. Totally. That's a fun one. Yeah, you're kind of scanning the horizon and looking left to right and trying to find stuff. Yeah, you see a flock of some small red bird flock up and kind of swish around the burn zone.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get location of nest or something.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, potentially like flyers in the burn zone. Okay, and then Amber. Amber was to find potentially some kind of entrance at the bottom. Yes, Amber, you're looking down there, and you have like a bit of intelligence, like maybe it's like near or about the well, and you do see what appears to be a shallow cave entrance at the bottom, kind of close-ish to the Nevermelt area, which I will now reveal to you because you rolled the check successfully.
Okay, we cooked.
Alright, so now we know how to get there.
I don't think anybody else rolled anything else that I haven't resolved, right? Everybody's good?
The hard part will be the Gligar. No, I think we're good. Thank you.
Alright. You sift through your trees, following
covered for Gligar.
Following your directions precisely, and find yourselves in an area that is very obviously an orchard. One interesting thing, those of you who are skilled in botanical science and perhaps general education, maybe even just know enough about Pokeballs to know that Apricorn trees are rather interesting in that you cannot grow them of your own volition. They grow wild, much like fungi might, but you can relocate them. What you're standing in right now is a natural Apricorn orchard. This is where Apricorns thrive in these environs. Whereas the maze you passed through is obviously like uprooted and relocated there, and those Apricorn trees look a little bit less healthy as a result.
Does that mean I can't grow Apricorn trees?
Not easily. Generally, they are wild grown.
That'd be interesting if it was like a...
Because underneath them, I can...
Sure.
You know how to grow Apricorns and Tier 1 berries.
Nice.
Mako will be keeping his eyes peeled for any Apricorns that have fallen and are still usable to convert into balls. That'll be pretty well top priority for him.
So, here's how it's gonna work. Now that you're each in your areas, I'm going to make new tokens for each of the other parties. You will not be able to see them, but they will be going and they will be moving.
Oh, cool.
So this is again representational. This isn't one-to-one. You are looking at a large overview of the map. If a battle ensues or something happens that we feel like a map is really quite necessary, we'll look into it at that point. Just
By the way, the map looks phenomenal.
Thank you. Me and Nick worked really hard. Thank him as well, please.
Location.
It is beautiful. I could not do something like this. I am too ornery about, like, I just like, when I try to make things look random, it never looks random. And y'all have done a fantastic job.
Yes, it's there's still like precision to it, but it looks naturally generated. Well done.
Yes.
Okay.
Well done.
It really tickles the need to explore, and I love it.
Someone mentioned the red
That's the
tree,
point.
and there's one other poking up, but still. I do like Team Veem. That is fun.
Yeah, I almost feel like we have to abandon the red tree though, just because like it's so off route.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
it feels.
There's another one, so I assume they're just more of the same kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I love introducing things that I am slowly working on both for X13 and for Lancer. So,
A different red.
You're going to have a resource bar, which is going to be the big red thing here. You're gonna start.
I did bring toolkit.
Yeah, that is time portrayed as a resource. And so going from place to place potentially costs time. If you do it very quickly, it may not cost time. And everybody is spending that at mostly the same rate. If you roll well in athletics and acrobatics to get from place to place, that sort of thing, it can help out. But yeah, man. So each major action, if you want to stop and pick apricorns, you can do that, but it might cost a time resource if you're not quick. Follow me? All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say how many time resources we have?
Yes. Can you see the red bar? No, you can't.
I can see the
I'll do visible to
bar.
everyone.
Do
There we go.
Oh, 12.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Oh.
You have 12 time resources.
Okay, sweet.
Return to Lancer.
I really like this
I know.
mechanic. It makes it more compelling to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
It's I really enjoyed
like
it.
this area.
I really enjoyed it in the last encounter in Lancer because it was just
As like a
trying to
planner
figure out
type.
ways around it was so cool.
Yeah, this has immediately become a strategy game by giving it a exact number. So you have intrigued me.
It can go up, it can go down. There are still variables, but you have an idea now of how much time you have. That's representing the 3 hours you have to play. Okay, so we got 10 minutes left. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Mercy. Yeah, as you pull up your gas can, and it begins.
Yeah, fire that thing.
Gonna go ahead and get some. Look at some exciting music. What do we got?
I wish I could listen to it.
Alas, you'll have to lean really close to Isaac.
Okay.
David.
Did you say
I'm on the Xbox
you say
right now.
3
I'm
hours
playing
or
on the
2
laptop,
hours?
but I'm on the Xbox.
It's 2. Excuse me, I misspoke earlier.
Okay.
I was gonna say. So does each time unit correspond to roughly 10 minutes, or you say we're gonna add some, or
So there-
Yes, if you do things that increase your efficiency, you could potentially get back time, right?
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's. I know Caleb is definitely going to enjoy this because I don't know how much Jeremiah liked it when we did this something similar in Lancer,
Oh no,
but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
fun. But it's
So
definitely resource management in the best way to me.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree.
All right, we're going in. As you mount your gas can up in the air. You see 1, 2, 3 going off. An orange one is going off kind of off here in the burn zone somewhere, up here on the plateau, and one up here near the pond.
Okay, got it. So Jackson P is in the burn zone, y'all.
And then Jackson P. And after all 4 have been shot off, you see one big black flare fired off from the fairground as the time has begun. Awesome. All right, so what's your first move?
So
Send out Holly to look for the Impidem.
yeah, I was about to say that the Pokemon
Yes.
rule. You said we can't escalate. So how many Pokemon are we allowed to have out by default?
That's if you run into somebody. So if you run into somebody, you may have to very quickly de-escalate if they only have 1 Pokemon out and all of you have escort Pokemon out. Does that make sense? Which is going to cost you actions if you get into a battle.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought it was more like our home turf. We could kind of.
I guess let's remind Holly to go look for the Impidem and see if it's nearby.
Totally.
Yeah,
Holly.
I definitely think Holly should come out, and I'm thinking with Beedrill being able to fly and also having a decent perception, that might be able to help us with navigation.
Yeah, I think that, and I will definitely clue Amber into my observations that I gathered. And then I'm going to start poking around the apricorn trees. I'm going to look for fallen apricorns, but specifically be keeping, like, the prime target is just keeping an eye out for Pokemon that we can start catching.
Totally. Okay, so you're deploying Holly. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be a perception check. In Lancer, this would be our scan at the beginning before you get to move. Nice.
Wow!
All right. Okay, so Holly instantly picks up a scent and kind of does a very quick circle to kind of triangulate where it is. And Holly is going to be pointing to the northwest.
West. Okay.
So towards the
That's
burn
right.
area.
Yeah.
So we know where our target, the general area our target's in.
Sure. Because
we want to search for anything
because
here.
because Odor Sleuth is kind of unique. I'll just let you I'll let you have that one. Now, one person is going to be making a perception check in the area if you want to try and encounter Pokemon here, or encounter cool stuff.
Okay.
If you do that, it's going to cost time.
Does anyone have rank 5 perception?
I do.
Okay.
Also, I have a +2 to my perception.
Okay, do that, and then I've got you covered on. Let me help you with that. If we want to burn a resource. Here.
Save it.
Yes.
Yeah, save your let me help you for maybe the more like
Well, it
crazy
doesn't
areas. Like,
It doesn't get consumed until it's used.
oh, well, I guess I guess I was just thinking like if we only have a certain amount of uses for it, like the river basin is definitely a place where we're gonna want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So versus this is just grass and bug types.
Oh, true.
Do we want to look for any Pokemon here, or do we want to immediately go to the burn area to look for the Impidimp?
Okay, so I think we spend a action here looking for Pokemon.
Yeah, it's searching around the area.
because
here.
The thing is that we're surrounded by teams right now. If we go into the burnout zone, it's possible that Jackson has already scared away some of the Pokemon that we would find there. We definitely want to get on the board, I think. So I think we get it here before. Yeah.
Like I mentioned, we have a really good chance here.
I'll roll for perception then. To search.
Let's go.
18.
Nice. Yeah, you got an encounter, man. Let me roll.
Gligar comes out.
The Gligar comes out from a hole in the ground.
And
Okay,
honestly,
we'll
that's
say,
a great point. That maybe we try and keep your guy nice and healthy for that fight. So let's try and minimize the usage of
Okay.
Rook as far as his damage is concerned.
One time is used to search the area for a rune. As you guys glance about and quickly find balled up in the corner near some shrubbery in the shade of several apricorn trees. You see a small yellow bug being actively strangled by a yellow plant-looking creature. Roll me Pokemon Education to see what's going on here.
I shall do that.
Is that a Weeping Bell with the Weedle?
I think it's a Bellsprout.
Oh yeah, let me help you with that.
Is that straight ones? No. 3. I will take that. Yeah.
Helping you out. All right, reroll plus the bonus.
16.
Very nice.
So 21.
Yeah, you immediately determine this is a Bellsprout in its natural environment, actively attempting to eat this cutie fly.
Oh, Cutiefly, I like that.
Oh, Cutiefly is a bug fairy, isn't it?
It is.
Okay,
Obviously, we
Isaac,
catch both of them.
you're able to determine the levels of Pokemon with your Pokemon education checks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys thinking yes we do catch both? That would be 2 out of 8.
Yes. And they're both pretty
I mean,
useful. Well, if we can keep them, they'd be both pretty useful.
And we might as well
Not
catch all of
10.
them. Like, the most we can keep is 3 out of this, right? So there's not too much reason to not catch these, if that makes sense, because we still have 6 plus eggs and fossils.
Right, we got to be catching everything because the goal is points.
Sure. I guess my thought process is just that if these are low level, then
But that only matters
maybe.
if we die, so.
Oh wait, it's sheer numbers.
Yeah, it's numbers unless
Yeah, level
we
only
tie.
comes into play as a tiebreaker.
I was not aware of that. Okay, got it.
If I'm understanding the rules correctly, is that...
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Okay.
I
Okay,
definitely do still want someone to be able to use Pokemaniac on it so we don't kill it, but if you don't have that...
It has to be you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, first round of college, you should be able to.
Yeah, I have Pokepsychologist, not Pokemaniac yet. I'll probably get it on the next trainer level.
Good luck, Nicholas.
Thanks.
But
He's shifting layers. All right.
Yeah, I like watching the bushes pop in.
Yeah,
and out.
the domino effect.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's up? You choose to encounter these Pokemon, or do you let them be?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your action? What are you doing?
Oh, get him!
try to catch him.
Well, probably Pokemaniac the Cutiefly first, because we want to know if it's about to faint.
Yeah, yeah, fair. I wonder,
That's significant.
because this is going to be a Poke Education check. So will I have to roll this twice? Once for each?
For each?
Pokemon?
Yes,
Will-
yes.
Will that consume a time each
No.
time? Okay.
We're in encounter time right now, so I doubt it'll all be.
That's pretty quick.
This is all probably in terms of encounter time as opposed to overland time.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, you
Okay,
succeeded on both. Actually.
succeeded both. Awesome. Let me grab this stuff real quick.
I'm glad it just sets the GC to 10. It's
Right?
actually really nice.
It's so nice.
You can fairly easily get to the point where it's nearly impossible to fail if you get like flat
He's
bonus, but,
basically at that point. If he has one more point in it, it's
Okay.
almost impossible. for
Yeah,
him to fail.
you know, this is a level 14 male Bellsprout. Has a serious nature. It has the ability Spinning Dance. If it's targeted by an attack but is missed, it can gain +1 evasion and shift a meter. It's currently using Wrap on this Cutie Fly. And your second one is the Cutie Fly. Let me grab that.
Oh, I thought I got the exact.
Bellsprout would have an advantage anyway because it's bug poison because he's a grass poison.
Is anyone here? Is anyone here able to estimate how much HP they're likely to have based on level?
What level was it? 17?
Even at level 14, it's not going to be super high.
I'm more concerned
in the
on
50s.
whether I.
That is a level 16 Cutie Fly. It is female. It is desperate, quite understandably so. And it has the ability Sweet Veil, which the user and allies within 3 meters are immune to sleep. It is a defensive ability.
It's actually not bad.
It's probably going to die if you use a high damage move on something that's level 17, or the level 17 Bellsprout.
It is looking quite worse for wear, I should say. It's not something that your Pokemon education stick necessarily says, but you're observing this thing, and it is looking very worse for wear.
What level was it?
It's a 16 Cutie Fly.
16. We should just chuck a Pokeball at that immediately.
I've also got this by the way.
Were there any rules about us fighting Pokemon that specifically, like if we as trainers attack Pokemon, is that a disqualification?
You could fight Pokemon, that's fine. But no excessive force, no brutalizing, that kind of thing.
Okay. Do you guys want me to attack the Bellsprout because I have flying type coverage?
How does your Rook have flying type coverage?
I didn't say Rook.
Oh my goodness.
Remember the skeleton?
Have mercy. Have mercy. Yeah, the Bellsprout's looking pretty healthy and is level 14, right?
We are nearing time, so you guys can go ahead and tell me what you're doing here. We'll resolve this encounter
Okay,
and
cool.
probably end for the evening.
Cool. Yeah, I'd say we try and catch the Cutiefly. You hammer the Bellsprout. Because I don't think you're gonna one-hit KO it. That seems like a pretty good move. And then if Isaac has, it can get his Calamari out to potentially hit it with Paralyze. That would also be huge.
Now it is 2 times per scene. I don't know if that'll matter.
Yes. I assume the scene is the. I mean,
the scene is normally a combat, but we're in like pseudo time here.
yeah. Austin?
Yes, what?
So, is scene like per battle as it may be typically, or is this like the scene is the GCEA?
Each battle I would call a scene. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then yeah,
I have
you.
unlimited Thunder Waves. I can
Yeah,
just go
you
out.
try and thunderwave the main guy, and
Colossum might actually be fun.
I'm rolling Aerial Ace on the Bellsprout. I'm not rolling for crit. I'm just rolling damage. It cannot
Okay.
miss.
All right. Is anybody use? Are any of these? None of these priority moves, right? Aerial Ace isn't priority.
Where would it
Aerial Ace is not priority. It just cannot miss.
Okay.
You should still roll the attack because you might crit.
and I guess
Here's what we're going to
don't
do.
want to crit.
I'm gonna do something a little bit weird. All in the name of keeping this relatively simple but interesting. What you're going to do is you're going to be rolling me speed. So you're going to take your speed, and you're going to add it to a d20. And you're going to be fighting the Bellsprout speed.
My speed plus a d20.
If
Can
you're
the Bellsprout
if you're
exceed
you are using it anyway, so it would be your speed. But yes. What was your question? Can it exceed a what?
Can the Bellsprout exceed a 20?
Can it exceed a 20? Yes.
A 20 in speed.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
I have a very high speed.
I know. Yeah.
We're a bit of a speedy party overall.
It's straight up our like base stat plus allocated speed.
Yep. You're rolling to see if you can do something before it reacts. Nice. Yeah, you can see the Bellsprout, which is wary of humans. It knows your game, is actually attempting to constrict the cutie fly to death before you can get it. And you manage to act just a little bit faster than it. Yeah. You manage to aerial ace this thing, which dislodges the cutie fly. It starts flying away a little bit. Was somebody else throwing a Pokeball, or were you all making thunder waves?
Yeah. So.
Thunder wave.
Yeah.
Thunder wave also goes
Amber
through.
would definitely like to try and go throw the Pokeball at the Cutifly.
Totally. Roll your thunder wave attack.
Yeah, I already did. It can't miss.
It cannot miss. Why can't it not miss?
It says Thunder Wave cannot miss.
Says it cannot.
It specifically says it.
What?
It's a status move.
Wow.
That
is
bizarre.
insane.
Thunder Wave cannot miss. Aerial Ace
A
has the
status
exact same
move
thing.
that
It
cannot miss.
That's
Wow.
like
That seems incorrect. Are you modifying it in some way with Electric
No.
Ace?
No.
Yeah, Thunderwave
Actually,
cannot
no longer
miss.
have
That's
Wow.
bizarre.
That is
Yeah.
That's
What?
insane, because I'm
Why
pretty sure it
it's
can miss
also
in the actual game.
definitely yes.
What an actual boon in an area where we need status for
Yeah.
catches. Huge.
Oh,
Okay.
I do also have bind. That's fun.
Sure. Thunder Wave goes off without a hitch. And you are hitting what? You are hitting the Bellsprout or the Cutie Fly?
Bellsprout.
Bellsprout. Bellsprout's paralyzed.
I thought you were hitting the Cutifly with Thunder Wave.
Was it supposed to?
It could be. I mean, if you wanted to do we have 2 per scene, right? And if it can't miss, probably get the Cutifly first. I'll catch that one, and then we hit the next one next round and catch him.
I think I must have misheard them. The Cutifly. I was hyper fixated on that.
I could go either way. It's
No, if you're throwing,
Cutifly can fly, so.
if you're gonna throw a Cutifly,
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Cutifly first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We'll do that. I mixed up which one was strangling and which one was the stranglee.
Oh.
Okay. So to clarify, Bellsprout Thunder Wave,
No, Cutifly.
Cutie Fly Thunder Wave. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So I think that just means it's paralyzed. Because it can't miss,
Yes,
and there's no save. So yeah, it's paralyzed. Cool.
By the way, don't click stab on status moves. It doesn't apply. If that's
All right.
why it has.
Now, Cutie Fly begins to fly away. And we're going to. Is it just a 50-50 for paralyze at the beginning of its turn?
There's an updated version of it. Let me check the exact effects.
Junka.
In the 2016 or not 20. Yeah, 2016.
Oh yeah, because I do remember.
Paralysis. Initiative is halved. Make a
Yep.
save check. 11 plus for the user's turn. On a successful check, they may act normally, but on a failed check, the following effects occur. Can only take a standard or shift action that round,
Yep.
but not both.
Yep.
Vulnerable and cannot take attacks of opportunity.
Okay. What did it need to roll? Did it need to roll anything at the beginning of its turn?
Flat
But it's
check.
just a flat check.
Yep.
So that's 50-50, right? It's just.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
11 or.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, it's got a normal turn.
It's got a normal turn. Yeah, it starts flapping away. You probably only got one more moment of action before the cutie fly is out of your ability to throw balls, the most athletic of you.
Do I need to
Yeah.
throw it?
Well, we still had the. Did we ever get to resolve the first throw that we?
Who was throwing initially?
I was.
You were. Yes. Were you targeting the cutie fly? Go ahead and roll
Yes. Okay, it's the D20 minus 6, right?
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is a bonus for it.
Whoa!
Effect.
I think you got it.
Nice.
Doesn't that does
Oh,
something? I think on catch. Let me check that. Or maybe that's a catch specialist thing.
Why does it have a -6 to throw?
Because that's how Pokeballs work. Unfortunately.
Isn't the updated rules? Didn't they change it to a positive? Like,
Well,
no,
this is the
that's not
attack.
that hard.
This is the attack to see if the Pokeball hits, and then we're gonna roll to see if we capture.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's 10 plus 1 because it's level 10.
Yep.
Higher than level 10. Is it at
Yes,
or
I
under
know.
50% hit points?
Yes.
Is it at or under 25% hit points?
Yes.
Okay, so this minus 4. I'm assuming it doesn't have 5 or more injuries.
It does not have 5 or more injuries.
Okay, it's suffering from paralysis.
Yep.
And it has 1 evolution stage remaining.
Yep.
So that is minus 8, so you're trying to beat a 3.
Nice.
And you have
Can I
plus
roll
2
another
to this.
D20?
Yep.
It's 2 because of trainer level.
Already
Yep.
20
Yep.
plus 2, trying to beat a 3. That
I
was
think
slash RD
that's
20.
Minimum. Yeah. You're
Okay, we're
good.
good.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. You catch it. Well done. You got a kitty fly.
Hooray!
Yep. I'll. You can't use it right now.
Sure, yeah.
As you
If they're
as you catch it, the little gray ball clicks and then seems to whirl a little bit on the ground. It seems like additional clamps received from somewhere within it. Yeah. So, event Pokemon you cannot actually catch and use immediately. You present them at the end, and then you can claim them at the end if you have the necessary victory standards to do so. Okay. As the Bellsprout
I have Aerial Ace.
just got aerial aced. Yep. So you're dealing lots of damage. Did you roll to hit already? No, it can't miss. So roll damage.
Well, you still roll the attack.
Yeah, it's 24 damage.
Potential crit. But you need to roll for a potential crit.
That's
Let's
true.
do that in the future. Let's just go ahead and take
No.
the 24 right now.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to roll the. I didn't want to roll to crit.
You still
to crit.
roll it though. That's because you're making an attack and there's the possibility to crit.
Oh, please. Actually, I think I have. Hold on. There's something I have. Let me check.
Balls swipe. Oh, goodness, I can't sleep tonight.
Actually, no. I do not have to test for the crit because I have flip out.
I don't know what that means.
Oh.
My Tumblr moves gain the.
Nice.
I do not have to test for a critical hit.
Very
But
rad.
it gains the
highly
past
specific.
keyword. I do not know what that is.
It means you move through it.
Yeah, you can move through it when you attack it.
Oh.
Very sick. Not necessarily beneficial here.
Awesome.
Yep, pass is
Yeah.
is a keyword though.
Yeah. So
This is a
he-
flying. This is a flying move.
Yeah, it's
versus
a
Bellsprout.
straight. Yeah, so super effective. Do not test for crit.
Totally. This thing is pretty messed up. After that aerial ace.
Shock it and ball it.
Basically.
Shock and ball.
Thunder Wave and another ball.
Okay. Yeah, the Bellsprout is going to launch a powder move. Versus Calamari, Mr. Thunderwave.
Oh, please miss.
I'm surprised he didn't launch it at me.
We want our status boy awake.
It's a speed evasion.
No slip.
Does hit.
Oh no.
Definitely.
Oh no.
Okay, Calamari's asleep.
Nice.
I do
Hang on.
have one speed evasion. I don't know if that matters.
That's
We do
one.
not stand. Okay.
Hit
The.
Okay.
Oh, pop off! Pop off!
Wouldn't you have had to do that in the previous round?
when receiving a status afflict.
Well, doesn't it be set up beforehand?
So
It does, but this is a little bit nebulous. I'm going to give it to you, Christine, because you're not quite familiar with how this works. You could just sort of chime in. This is very nebulous sort of round stuff. So if you feel like
it's also
maybe status is coming,
because there's
just
6 other voices
I
coming
know.
in. So I have not been talking this entire time.
Yep. And it's pretty it's pretty low stakes. So don't worry about it. Yeah. So yeah, sure. Yeah, safeguard worked. And Calamar will be ignoring sleep for the time being. It still has the sleep condition. Keep that in mind. But it will be functional for the next round or two of effectiveness. All right.
It just looks a little drowsy, but he can ignore it for now.
Yeah, turn it into a yawn.
Save against sleep every turn?
You don't have to because of safeguard. You can
Yeah,
just
you ignore it
right now.
Yep.
Right, but I could. I guess
It's the condition is ignored, so you will neither save for or against it.
Fair.
It's treated as though it does not exist until safeguard ceases to exist. All right.
Okay. Fair.
Cool. Yep. And the Bellsprout starts waddling off into the trees. It's starting to get to the place where grasslands are the only ones that can really follow him into the dense foliage of the Apricorn orchard. You might have a ball or two still left on him before he becomes too obscured.
Can I Thunderwave it to try and halt its movement?
Sure. We'll say we're topped off again, and we're going back into another Thunderwaver.
Well, I have 2 a scene, so I've
Yeah,
still got
I'm aware.
left.
Right. I'm just sort of like I'm navigating the simple math of everybody kind of getting to do something before you get to do your Thunderwave again.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Unless Vigo wants to do something, you can Thunderwave again.
I could take down.
I was gonna ask when it
Sounds like
moved.
it's already
Would I get an
decently low.
opportunity attack? It is pretty low.
You could grab it.
And it still has 2 evolution stages remaining, right? So
There's really nothing I need to do. So
Okay,
let's go.
Thunderwave. Thunderwave zapped it. Its next move may not happen. Everybody else will get some opportunities here to potentially do something. Who wants to go next?
Toss a ball at it.
Toss a ball before it. See if you hit.
Toss a
-6.
-6.
Yep.
come on. It's thick grass, so maybe it won't break if it hits the ground.
He's getting a little bit of cover from the grass. I'm going to give him an extra +2. He's obscured.
Exactly 6.
Okay. So I'm going to treat that as a 4 instead. And I do believe you still get him. So yeah, you hit him with the ball.
Nice.
And then I roll a d20 +2 for the catch.
Yep, and we need to
D20
math
+2.
that
We're going to
up.
do some math here. So 2 evolutions remaining. He is below 50. He's below 50%, but not 25%, and he's not paralyzed yet.
I thought that just happened, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
he
he
just gets
just
the
hit the wall?
paralysis.
Oh, that's right. Mako just used Thunderwave. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 again.
Yep.
Let's
I think that
go.
might be both 3.
You're good. Bellsprout cut.
Well done, my boy.
Okay. All right.
We done it.
Event over. 11 out of 12 time remaining. And we're going to go and end it there, guys.
That was
2 points on the board for 1 encounter.
Yes, that was a great usage of time.
Very safe.
A really good usage of strategy, like Thunder Wave for 1 low HP. I'm very glad we don't get disqualified for attacking Pokemon.
You could definitely attack Pokemon. This isn't a Safari Zone. Safari Zone is way more regulated, but potentially even more rare Pokemon. All right. That's going to do it for the evening, guys. Thanks so much for playing. Doing this in honor of Isaac, who needs to end a little bit earlier at Sound Lake. But no worries. We usually go for about 3 hours anyway. We did that, so no problem. Looking forward to next session. We're doing the Apricorn Festival, so lots of cool Pokemon. Lots of neat Pokemon that you've never seen before and will not be able to catch very easily anywhere else. So keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording, but I will assign XP and rewards in chat for beginning the Apricorn Festival, getting there and doing all the stuff. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye recording.
Do we level up?